Water?
Oh, sure.
4,
Thank you.
5, 6,
Can I get
7. Got it. 8. I mean, as long as you're already getting 7.
Well, good evening, everybody, from William E. Johnson Field in Woodbridge. Broadcasting from the Stan Gdansky press box. It is high school football on WELI. And tonight, the Guilford Indians take on the Spartans of Amity.
We'll go at
Guilford
3.
Indians
3 minutes.
got a record of 1 win, 2 losses. Amity, identical, 1 and 2 as well. Guilford is coached by Tom, not Felix, Unger, and Amity is coached by Bert Mazelis. Pivotal game for both teams in their seasons. One team would like to get to 2 and 2. In fact, one will get to 500 at the conclusion of this game. Good evening, everybody. George DeMayo, week 4 high school football season, right here on 960.
What's that?
Sorry, 1 and 2.
I guess the data could be.
Yes, yes.
Summertime galore. We're all here gathered tonight in the press box in Woodbridge, and he's already on the field.
What's that?
Just the way to go. Broadcast partner, I'll bring him in, is Mike Madera. Mike, this game, I got similar starts. I mean, okay, let me just, Guilford, we saw Guilford opening week. They didn't score any points against Northern. It's not for lack of moving the ball. They had chances. Turnovers hurt them. Then they put a 56 spot up last week against Northern. In between, they put 28 up and had the number 8 team in the state, West Haven, really on the ropes. Amity didn't play a bad game against Hamburg. They lost 35-13, but it wasn't a bad 35-13. Put a 58-point spot up on Sheehan. Last week has Shelton beat the entire game until the last 5 minutes. They lose 34-20. To me, similar season.
Yeah, and I think we know that both teams with opportunities. Opportunities, when you talk about those that they did not convert on, that have been the difference in the offense. Take man and West Haven out of the round that we're both on.
How you doing, Buster? Good, you?
In the game that they could have won. Opportunities missed that come back to haunt them. I think initially Guilford is going to rely on North can do everything. I think he's the guy that they're going to rely on. And same thing goes for Amity and Jake Seminella. They one of the key players. They're going to say, hey, we got opportunities. We have to have.
I think you're right. Yeah, I asked both coaches.
Yeah, yeah, we can go and let's go right at 3 minutes on the button. We'll go. Is that good? All right.
Means that if they have time control, you may not have a high school pass, but I'll tell you what, for many years, I've come here for the I've had not only wild games, Amity's won the toss, by the way, but I've had
Oh, you know what? Let's go. Let's do it. You ready?
Wild games. So Amity will receive the opening kickoff. They're all in black shirts, black pants.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. It's PlayOnSports.com pregame show live from Amity High School in Woodbridge, Connecticut. I'm Leo Bowler, along with my partner, Lauren Falvo.
Good evening, Leo.
Hello, Lauren. We are on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the visiting Guilford Indians against the host team, the Amity Spartans. The Guilford team comes in with a 1-2 record, facing Amity also with a 1-2 record. And these two teams, Lauren, very similar. What can we expect from the home team Amity Spartans tonight?
Leo, tonight's a tale of two option offenses, and long and short of it, it's going to come down to execution. Amity, like you said, is coming in tonight's game with a 1-2 record off a disappointing 34-28 loss to Shelton last week. Team's looking for a big bounce back at home. And the success for Amity tonight is going to come from establishing that running game early. Look to senior David Adelino and junior Corey Ricks to share the carries tonight, along with quarterback James Salmonella to establish the Amity offense. On the other side of the ball, the veteran core of this Amity defense, led by senior Jordan Linguini and Nick Walker, need to shut down the big fullback Eric Zergabol of Guilford. With that said, Leo.
Well, we're going to take a short break. That's going to do it here for tonight's pregame show on PlayOnSports.com. We'll be right back with the kickoff in just a minute, right after the national anthem. Friday Night Football begins on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Welcome back to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, coming to you live from Woodbridge, Connecticut. I'm Leo Bowler, along with Lauren Falvo, on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. Tonight's matchup features the 1-2 Guilford Indians and the 1-2 home team, the Amity Spartans. And Lauren, you said it in the pregame opening. This is a tale of two teams running very similar offenses. They're both going to run the option, and I believe that the success of this game is going to be who can execute that option the best.
Without question, Leo. I think the enigma tonight is going to come in with this young Guilford offense. The entire offensive backfield, all underclassmen, Leo. We got a couple big linemen up front who are seniors, but that's where we're at with that.
And the Amity Spartans have won the opening toss. They will receive. They are going from right to left, and they are wearing their black home jerseys with gold and yellow, I'd say, Pittsburgh Steeler coloring, and black pants, a black helmet. Guilford all in white, green numbers. The Indians will be kicking from right to left on your computer screen. And deep for the Spartans, lining up back at the 5-yard line. We're going to see David Bono. Ball's going to go to the opposite side, however, and it's going to go into the hands of James Seminella. About the right side, it's actually Tyler Burns. Burns takes it off the 25 out to about the 28-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 for this Spartan offense, and the Spartans coming off a very difficult loss last week to the Shelton Gales. They lost that game 34-28, and it was a tremendous game. They lost it late. So I think they're looking to turn this thing around here. And Guilford coming off a pounding of Lyman Hall, 56-7. Big defensive line out there, Lauren, for the Guilford Indians.
It sure looks like it, Leo. The line seems to be anchored by.
It's Adelino, Lauren. Adelino takes the first handoff up the middle. Quick snap on the play, and Adelino goes for 6 yards. I'm going to call it 5. 2nd down and 5 for the Spartans. The Spartans are going to go no huddle. They're going to have a single setback in the backfield as Adelino. Under center goes quarterback Seminella. Seminella has a motion man, that's Corey Ricks, and the pitch is going to go to Ricks. He fumbles the ball around a little bit, but corrals it, and then he is ripped down by Guilford's Fred Trotta, linebacker, whose name you will hear quite a bit tonight. That play ended up going just back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd down, maybe lost a yard. Let's call it 3rd and 6.
It's going to be an interesting game tonight, Leo. We were down in the field prior to the game talking with the coaches, getting a little pregame here, and with all the rain we've had the last 2 games, it's pretty sloppy out there.
It certainly is. Going to be some rough trekking up there tonight. It's going to be a mud game tonight, I believe. So we got Seminella in shotgun formation now for the first time. He is back to pass. Looking over the middle, pass is tipped defensively and then in and out of the hands of Joe Schwanier. And Schwanier almost raked that thing in and got tipped going by Guilford's Fred Trotta. I mentioned I'd say his name, and he gets in on the next play as well. And Amity will face a 4th down, and they will need to punt the ball. And dropping back is K.C. Horton, one of the feature backs in the Guilford offense.
The one thing we can expect tonight is for the clock to keep rolling, Leo. If we combine the passing yards for both these teams for the entire year, I'm sad to say I don't think it exceed my weight.
Lyle Luth is the kicker for Amity. He gets a wobbly kickoff. It's going to drop at the Guilford 40. It's going to roll down inside the 30-yard line where it will come to a stop there and will be downed by Amity's Connor Myatt. And there is 10 minutes and 36 seconds left in the first quarter. No score yet here from Woodbridge, Connecticut at Amity High School. And if you notice, we do not have the video out tonight, so this is going to be a radio broadcast for us. We'll be giving you all the play-by-play and giving you as much color commentary as we can fit in with these no-huddle offenses.
Yeah, it'll be quick and to the point.
Guilford sets up in that single set backfield. The quarterback for the Guilford Indians, Joe Null, takes the pitch. It's an option play. He does pitch the ball going to the right side to K.C. Horton, and an excellent defensive play there by the Spartans. And that tackle started by Dennis Flanagan and then cleaned up on the play. It looked like it was Jack Demigian.
Nice play by Flanagan coming around the corner, Leo. Fortunately for Guilford, that ball was deemed down by the line judge.
Second down and 12 for the Guilford Indians. Triple threats to the near side. Tight end is to the right. Motion man comes toward us. He takes the pitch, cuts back inside. He's across the 30. A flag down on the play. He's going to get dragged down at about the 39-yard line. Carrying the ball was David Knapp, but the flag at the 30-yard line in a spot for holding. So it was an option play. The option being run now from the wingback on the right-hand side. It is a holding call. Wingback on the right goes in motion in a belly option motion, Lauren, and the quarterback reads the end. A pitch that time, turning the corner for the Guilford Indians, but no avail. Holding penalty drops him back 10 yards.
I think we can probably ingrain that call into memory, Leo. I'm going to say we're going to see that a few times this evening.
David Knapp on the carry. He was in motion that time. The lone setback in the backfield is Eric Zergabel. Zergabel, one of the leading runners on this team. To the left is K.C. Horton, and on the right is David Knapp. There's a single wideout to the right under center goes quarterback Joe Nault. Nault changing the play at the line of scrimmage, walking up and down the line, shouting his instructions to his lineman. Takes the handoff. It is the option to the right. This time pitch goes to Horton. Horton around the right side, breaks a tackle. Another flag down on the play. Breaks another tackle out across the 40 to about the 41-yard line. We'll see where they actually spot the ball. It's going to be all the way across the 50, but the flag is down back at the 30-yard line. Lauren, I think this is coming back for holding as well.
I'm thinking the same thing. Great run by Horton. Way to get out of the gates on that play, and he's definitely got a little momentum going here for this Guilford offense, regardless of the penalty.
Absolutely, and it's a good sign for them. I mean, the hold does hurt. It's going to remain second down. It's going to be second down and 20 for the Guilford Indians. But if they're looking to establish the option, Lauren, they're doing a good job early.
I would have to say so.
So they're moving back again, all the way back to the 15-yard line. They got to get to the 40. It's going to be second down and 25 for the Guilford Indians. They're led by coach is Tom Unger, and the coach for Amity is Bert Mazelis. Amity breaks out of the huddle. They've got a wide out to the left. Motion man is Knapp. It's going to be a pitch to Knapp. He tries to turn the corner. He makes a nice break inside. He's across the 20, across the 25, gets dragged down across the 30-yard line to the 31, and he got 16 on that run, right back to the original line of scrimmage, and it makes it 3rd and 10. So Guilford doing a good job with the option coming to the near side.
Nice play by the big man up front on Guilford. Number 61, Coatland Schilling, making a little bit of room for Knapp up there, Leo.
Absolutely great block to turn the corner for Knapp. Horton goes in motion. The option, he gets the pitch. Horton around the right side, cuts back into the middle, made a nice read on his block, fights his way forward for a first down. And the Guilford Indians get their first down after facing a second down and 25. So a fantastic play by the running back, K.C. Horton, turning the corner, cut in, read the block very well, Lauren.
Phenomenal focus by that offense, Leo. I mean, 2nd and 25, easily could have given up on that, but great tenacity out there.
Tyler Nelson on the near side. This time it's going to be the quarterback who keeps it. He turns up the middle. He's off the tackle. He cuts across the 50, across the 40. He's cutting across to the near side. He's at the near hash mark. He gets dragged down inside the Amity 30 at the 26-yard line. And at that time, the Amity Spartans decided they were going to take the pitchman away. But Joe Nault turned the corner, cut inside, crosses the 50 down to the 26 of the Amity Spartans.
Number 3, junior Corey Ricks, a saving grace on that play for Amity, Leo.
He absolutely made a great read in the open field to make that tackle. So this time on the near side, we've got Mike Ferreira, and now the option again, and Nault's going to keep it, and this time there's no running room, and he gets wrapped up quickly by the defensive end for the Amity Spartans, and that is Dennis Flanagan.
We talked about execution prior to the game, Leo, and Guilford is definitely executing this drive.
Second down and 9 for the Guilford Indians. With single setback in the backfield is Zergabel. Horton goes in motion, handoff up the middle this time, and it is Zergabel fighting his way forward to about the 20. Looks like he got about 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 for the Guilford Indians at the Amity 20.
big fullback was keeping his legs moving on that drive, Leo.
He certainly did. And a nice push by the offensive line, Lauren. Good surge there. On the near side for the Indians is Mike Ferreira. Zergabel, the lone setback in the backfield. Double wing. In motion comes Knapp. He gets the pitch from the quarterback. Nault turns the corner, gets down inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line. And that is going to be good enough for another Guilford first down. So Guilford moving the football on their opening drive after turning Amity out 3 and out. Get the ball at the 15-yard line, 1st and 10. So the Guilford Indians all looking to the sidelines to get the coaches' signals. There's 2 coaches standing side by side giving different signals, so you don't know which coach to look at. Double wing formation. Single setback is Zergabel, not under center. He pulls up a fake run, and it's a pass into the end zone, in and out of the hands of Knapp, who was wide open in the end zone. And that time Amity bit on the fake run, and the play action pass would have resulted in 6 had Knapp been able to come up with the catch.
Excellent play, Leo. Just through the hands of the.
Knapp came from that right side wing where he is lined up again. Horton on the left side. Zergabel, the fullback, in the center of the backfield. Quarterback Joe Nault hands the ball off to Horton. Horton down around the right side. He breaks a tackle at the 5. He's down all the way inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal. I think the spot's going to be about the 4, Lawrence. So it's going to be 1st and goal at the 4 for the Guilford Indians. Guilford comes out of the huddle quickly. Quarterback is Joe Nault. Same formation with the wide on the right. It's going to be a fullback dive up the middle, and Zergabel gets hit at the line of scrimmage and fights his way forward for about 1.5 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal at the 2, and I've got Guilford arms going up as if it's a touchdown. And now I am seeing the hands go up of the officials. A very late call on the touchdown, and the Guilford Indians strike first blood at 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Guilford takes a 6-0 lead.
A little bit of a delayed call there, Leo. I think they had to pull the big man off the pile to clear a little bit of line sight there.
So it's a 3-yard touchdown run by Zergabel. And in to kick right now is Joe Nault, and the kick is blocked by the Amity Spartans. So with the extra point being no good, we'll step aside for a very short break, rest our vocal cords. 6-0 the score with 6 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. You're listening to the destination for high school sports, playonsports.com. Welcome back to Woodbridge, Connecticut. Leo Bowler along with Lauren Falvo bringing you high school football action on playonsports.com. And the Amity Spartans will get the kickoff from the Guilford Indians. And the Indians, with 6:20 remaining in the first quarter, strike first and make it 6-0 on a 3-yard run by Eric Zergabel.
Coach Tom Unger and his offense kind of threw it out to the Amity Spartans there and said, let's see what you got. Now it's time for Amity's turn to try and execute that option offense, Leo.
And Guilford did a good job defensively when they were out on the field the first time and turned Amity over with 3 and out. And now Guilford breaks out of their huddle at the 35-yard line and gets ready to kick off. Joe Nault to do the kicking for Guilford, and he'll be kicking from right to left. And it's an end-over-end kick that's going to come down at about the 5-yard line. It's Corey Ricks out across the 15 to the 20, and he is hit and driven back. I don't think his forward progress is even going to get to the 20. It looks like he's at about the 17. So Amity, with 83 yards ahead of him, starts 1st and 10.
Excellent kick by Nault, Leo. Great hang time on that ball. I got to say, it's easily the deepest ball we've seen all year.
I would agree, and the Guilford Indians took advantage of it and got down the field very quickly. So the Indians in a 4-3 defense starting out. Now they're dropping into a 5-man front. And Amity in the double wing formation with a wide out to the left. Ricks is in motion. The handoff goes off tackle on the left side. Handoff to David Adelino, and he goes over the 20-yard line to about the 21. We're going to call it 2nd down and 6 for the Spartans.
Adelino and Ricks are the key to this option offense, Leo. Salmonell's got to sell it, but Ricks and Adelino got to execute.
Schwanier on the near side, Ricks on the left. It's the option play. It's going to be kept this time by quarterback Salmonella. He's going to break a tackle, and he's out across the 40. He's out across the 50, down inside the Guilford 40 to the 36-yard line. And an excellent read on the option by Seminella, and he turned the corner and inside of Guilford territory. 1st and 10 for the Amity Spartans.
Nice play by the captain, stepping it up.
Great read there, and Seminella's got a single setback behind him, and that is David Adelino. He's the fullback in this Amity option offense. In motion from right to left goes Schwanier, and a handoff goes up the middle to Adelino. He's met after a gain of about a yard. Clock is being killed right now on a 2nd down play. We'll see why. There is a flag down on the play. It's down at about the 37-yard line, and it is a crackback block called against the Amity Spartans, and I believe that's going to give them a 15-yard penalty, Lauren. Let's see what the officials decide to pace off. The referee tonight's game is Ralph Zingarella. The umpire is Anthony Mace. The linesman is John DePasquale. The line judge, Mike Graham. The back judge is Ken Conlon. And the clock operator tonight is Ed Bruce. So the penalty will be a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. It's actually a block below the waist is the call by referee Ralph Zingarella, and that hurts, Lauren.
Yeah, that's never any good. But we saw Guilford recover from this last drive, Leo. There's no reason Amity can't come around.
You're absolutely right. It's 1st down inside the 50-yard line at the Amity 49. They need to get to the 27 for a 1st down. So it's first and 25 for the Spartans. Double wing set, flat motion across. It's going to be reversed to Ricks. He's around the right side. He's across the 50. He's inside the 40, down to the 30-yard line. We'll see where he actually stepped out. He was tight roping the sidelines. Stepped out at the 34, continued all the way down to the 20, but he got more than the penalty back. It's going to be 2nd down and 8.
Nice job by Ricks turning the corner there. He had a lot of traffic in his way, and like you said, he was able to tiptoe that sideline, Leo, and get himself about another 8 yards out of that run.
So Corey Ricks, one of the feature backs in the Amity Spartan option offense. Schwanier is on the near side. Ricks again sets up in the wing back on the left side. Schwanier in motion. It's a deep motion. Rolling out on the near side is the quarterback, Seminella. Looked like an option to the short side of the field. They are on the near side hash marks. And Seminella was able to turn the corner, but he only got a couple of yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Spartans. Good blocking on the outside by the Spartans, but I think, Lauren, we're seeing some speed from this Guilford defense as well.
Oh, without question. The big guys up front are putting a good push on it, but we've got our quarterback, Nault, number 8, out there roaming the secondary, Leo.
And the rollout goes to the left. Salmonella's going to throw the ball deep, and it's going to be picked. It's picked off by number 13, Tyler Nelson. Nelson runs along the right side. He gets across the 20, out across the 25, and he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line. So Guilford gets the first turnover. Tyler Nelson with the pick. So with 4 minutes, 42 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Guilford on top 6-0, and they're the recipients of a pass from quarterback Joe Nault, by quarterback James Seminella, picked off by Tyler Nelson.
Great job by Nelson. He read Nault that entire play, Leo. He had his eyes locked right on him.
So back on offense come the Guilford Indians. Lone setback in the backfield with a motion man to the near side. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and it's not too much running room there for the fullback from Guilford. I believe that was Knapp with the ball. Let's see Nault ended up not giving the ball up. Lauren kept it, got just back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and 10.
Good fake by Nault then, Leo.
It absolutely was. Could not see that football. So we've got a double wing formation again for Guilford. This time wide out on the near side is Mike Ferreira. Motion goes Knapp. The handoff goes to Casey Horton, and Horton gets back to the line of scrimmage again, and Amity, with a totally different look on defense this time, turns it into a 3rd down and 10 for Guilford.
Now, Leo, we were talking about number 13, Tyler Nelson, on the interception last play in the second game of the year. Joe Knowlton, Tyler Nelson, Nelson, who actually doubles as our wide receiver for Guilford, actually connected on a 61-yard pass, which at the time was the longest reception in the conference this year.
So the twin set this time to the near side. Single threat to the outside on the right. Rolling to his left goes Nault. He's throwing left, and it's picked off. Amity picks it off. It's Tyler Burns. Burns picks it off at the 30. He's inside the 20. He's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Amity. So with 3 minutes and 26 seconds remaining in the first quarter, there's a touchdown, but there is a flag down at the 8-yard line, Lauren. So trading turnovers here. Amity picks off quarterback Joe Nault, and Tyler Burns, the sophomore, 5'8", 140 pounds, picked it off, ran it in, and the flag dropped inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Let's see. A call is a block in the back. Lauren's going to be a 15-yarder, and Amity will take over 1st and 10.
We were just talking about the great read on the Guilford side of the ball with Joe Nault. That was another excellent read by the sophomore Tyler Burns, Leo.
It absolutely was. And now this is going to be a 10-yard penalty. I'm trying to figure out where the officials have not placed the football down yet. And they are waiting for the Amity ball to come into the game, and it's going to be set up 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line for the Amity Spartans. An I formation. No, it's going to be a shotgun formation, and in the backfield behind the quarterback is for Seminella. He's going to keep it this time, go off the left tackle. He's going to roll forward for a 5-yard gain. It looked like an option play. He had David Adelino trailing him, but he held on to the football, turned it up for about a 4-yard gain after the set of the ball, 2nd and 6.
Nice cut inside by Seminella to grab another 3 yards on that play.
Seminella goes under center for this snap. Corey Ricks in motion, option play. Seminella's going to keep it again. He turns it up over tackle. The ball is ripped loose and right into the hands of Corey Ricks. But Corey Ricks is tackled immediately by Anthony Pensa. So his forward progress is going to get him to about the 20. And I believe the official on the far side, Lauren, is calling the quarterback down by contact. So the fumble will not be registered.
Nice work by the big offensive lineman, number 62, Jimmy Sullivan, on that play, Leo. Stripped the ball right out of the hands of Seminella.
3rd down and 11 for Amity at the 20-yard line. Seminella in the shotgun formation. Adelino is behind him. Near side wingback is Tyler Burns. Double threat on the left side, and it's a quarterback draw. Up the middle goes Seminella, and there's not much running room there. He gets inside the 20, down to about the 17. Gain of about 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th down and a long 7 for the Amity Spartans.
Interesting play calling on that drive, Leo. The option offense was essentially give it to the quarterback and turn it up inside.
We've got the symbol for the Amity band about 4 feet away from me. So it's going to be a long field goal attempt here by the Amity Spartans. Lyle Luth in the game. Lyle Luth, excuse me. Holder is going to be Joe Schwanier. The snap is a good one. The kick is up. It's an end-over-end kick. And it is good. So a 24-yard field goal with 1 minute and 30 seconds left here in the first quarter. Excuse me, that's going to be a 34-yard field goal for the Amity Spartans, and they cut the lead in half to 6-3. I'll let you get entertained here by the Amity band while we wait for the Amity Spartans to come out and kick off to the Guilford Indians.
We were fortunate to have the lead on cymbals right in front of us tonight, Leo.
Absolutely. So the 34-yard field goal by Lyle Luth.
Young man does have good rhythm, though. I'll give him that.
I can tell you, he does have it. you know what, if you want to listen to more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight, then tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. And I want to get ready here for the kickoff as the band gets ready as well. And Lusa kicking a bouncing ball down to about the 26-yard line. It's fielded there by Guilford's Fred Trotta. Trotta takes it across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Guilford at the 34.
First time tonight that we've talked about Fred Trotta, Leo. Usually his name's being called in that linebacker core with other junior linebacker Ford Linnell.
And it's going to be 1st and 10 with 1:25 remaining in the first quarter. Guilford 6, Amity 3. Guilford's ball at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10 after the two teams traded turnovers, and Guilford now trying to run the off-tackle run with their fullback. Carrying the football there was Eric Zergabel, and Zergabel taken down after a gain of about 2. It's going to be 2nd down and 8. So they bring the ball back a yard for the spot from the near side, goes back to the 30-yard line. It's going to be 2nd and 9, Lauren.
2nd and 9 is right, and Guilford looking to establish that option offense once again as it did last drive, minus the interception, of course. 2 drives prior.
So we've got Casey Horton on the near side. This time it's going to be given the ball up the middle, and it's going to be kept by the quarterback, Joe Nault. He tried to follow one of his big tackles on that right side. Got about 2 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 7.
Nice tackle by number 72, Dennis Flanagan, the captain, Leo. You can't wrap anybody up more than he did.
Absolutely. Very fundamentally sound team in Amity here. They are very well coached all the way through youth and right here to the high school program. And back to pass goes quarterback Joe Nault. He's going to throw to the right side. It's going to fall incomplete. Intended for David Knapp. On the coverage out there was number 58 for the Amity Spartans, and that is Jack Demergian.
Number 72, again, Captain Dennis Flanagan, and 74, senior Zachary Toro, pressuring quarterback Joe Nault on that throw, Leo.
So Joe Nault will go from quarterback to punter and will collect this snap, and he will be kicking the ball to, let's see who's back there. It looks like it's going to be Corey Ricks. No, it's going to be Amity's Tyler Burns, who's had an interception here tonight. So the snap is going to come from about the 35, kick from about the 28. It's a high wobbly kick. It's going to come to bounce at the 30, and it's actually picked up by Burns, who was covered immediately. Very gutsy play there, and hit immediately by Tyler Nelson, the captain of the Guilford team, and brought down. 1st and 10, Amity inside their own 20 at about the 19-yard line.
When we were talking with the Guilford coach, Tom Unger, prior to the game, Leo, we said one of the keys to their success tonight is going to be sound tackling, and that was a nice example of it.
Absolutely is, and just to remind you, you are listening to this game tonight. We're having some technical difficulties with the camera, so we're going to give you a radio broadcast and bring you all the action here from Woodbridge, Connecticut on playonsports.com. Wishbone formation now for Amity, double tight end set. 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Hands off to the left side, excuse me. It's David Adelino, bulls his way out to about the 26-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd down and 3, and the quarter will end on that play. So here at the Amity High School in Woodbridge, Connecticut, the score at the end of the first quarter is the visiting Guilford Indians 6, the Amity Spartans 3. We'll step aside and be back in a short time, right after this short break. We're back here in Woodbridge, Connecticut, and you are listening to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school football. And Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. And you can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube at youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. The opening play of the second half underway. The handoff goes to Adelino. He's going to fight his way across the 25 to the 26. Gain of about a yard on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 3. And the Spartans will maybe have a 2-yard push here for their first down, Lauren.
Leo, a sound first quarter we just had, and we talked about execution. We will talk about execution all game as we're talking about two-option offensive here. Nod of the hat has to go to Guilford based on their second drive, but both defenses are playing well. It's going to be a good game tonight.
Wishbone formation on 3rd down. There's the snap. Handoff goes to Adelino up the middle. Fights his way across the 35, and he's going to have an Amity first down. 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and they're going to hustle right to the line of scrimmage. Wishbone formation, double tight end. Under center goes the quarterback. He's going to hand off to Adelino again, and that may have been one trip too many to the well. Adelino gets knocked backwards at the line of scrimmage. He'll only get about a yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9 for Amity. I want to thank Lauren Falvo for being with me tonight, my partner, and our videographer upstairs, who is not working very hard tonight, is John Marcucci, and Rihanna Bahuniak is our director and producer. Wishbone formation again for the Amity Spartans. Double tight end set. Under center is Seminella, and he is going to keep the ball. Fakes the handoff up the middle, and now he's going to try to throw, and he's just going to let that one go out of bounds, and a flag comes down. There was not a receiver anywhere in the area, Lauren. I think we're going to get an intentional grounding call, which is probably one of the worst calls you can get on offense, because not only are they going to lose the yardage from where he let the football go, they also lose the down.
Without question, there was really no need for it either, Leo. While there was good pressure in his face by number 5, Horton, he could have easily ripped that ball off downfield without any question.
I agree. So we're going to get the penalty marched off by the umpire here tonight, which is Anthony Mace. He's going to march it off. It is intentional grounding is the call. Play is obviously accepted by the Guilford Indians, so it is now going to become 3rd down and about 22 for the Amity Spartans. So the Spartans this time are going to send double threats to the near side. It's going to be Corey Ricks along with Nick Patone wide on this side. Doubles to the right. Back to pass goes quarterback Seminella, and he overthrows his intended receiver. That was Tyler Burns, and it is incomplete, and it's going to be 4th down, and into kick comes Lyle Luth. Luth is listed as a junior 5'7", 165-pound kicker, punter, and linebacker.
Nice resume.
Absolutely, and he's kicked a 34-yard field goal. And the score right now is the Guilford Indians 6, Amity 3, 10 minutes, 26 seconds left in the second quarter. And dropping back for the Guilford Indians is Casey Horton. And the kick is blocked. A great block by the Guilford Indians, and it looked like it was J.P. Peters who got his hands on it. It was Peters, the captain, who blocked the kick, and it went out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And 1st and 10 for Guilford with a big break.
Number 32, J.P. Peters, coming around the corner, Leo. Full extension on that play as well. Extended those fingertips and got it on the ball.
So Guilford, with a very short field, gets it 1st and 10 at the 15-yard line. And again, Guilford has the lone setback is Eric Zergabel. Twin set to the right, Casey Horton in the slot. Motion man goes to the left side. It's a pitch to Derek Knapp, who is in motion. He turns the corner. He's going to get a first down. He's down inside the 11-yard line, down to, let's see where the final mark is going to be. He may have gotten all the way down to about the 7. Let's see where they set it up. The play went away from us to the far corner of the field, and it is going to be 1st and goal for the for the Guilford Indians at the Spartans. I think it's at the I want to say the 4-yard line, Lauren.
I'm going to have to say the 4-yard line as well, Leo.
Choo-choo set up for the Amity Spartans, and the quarterback keeps it. He's going to get taken down at about the 1-yard line. When I say choo-choo set up, that's 3 backs stacked on top of each other in an I formation. So the I 3 backs deep, and the ball is kept by the quarterback, Joe Nault. He turns it up inside, gets about 2.5, 3 yards. It's going to be second and goal at the 1.
Nice push by number 52, the big offensive lineman, Josh Cash, on that play, Leo.
Straight I formation. It's going to be the 3rd back with the carry, and he did not get into the end zone. Big stop by Amity's Tyler Burns, who's having a whale of a game so far, and he stopped the 3rd back, Horton, trying to get into the end zone at about the 2, so a loss of a yard on the play.
Big lineman, number 79, Frankie Kavanaugh in that play, along with Tyler Burns. Like you said, Leo, number 9. Great push by the Amity defense. Nice stand on the play.
Back into the double wing formation. It's going to be the option. The pitch goes to Horton. Horton turns the corner, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown. The Guilford Indians make it 12-3, and that touchdown comes with 9 minutes, 11 seconds remaining in the first half, and the 9-point lead pending this extra point by quarterback, it's not Joe Nault. Yes, it is Joe Nault going to kick the ball.
Going to finish what he started on that play, Leo.
Absolutely. K.C. Horton into the end zone with a 2-yard touchdown run. The extra point, it's a good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So K.C. Horton runs it in from 2 yards. And the extra point is good by Joe Nault, and it's now 13-3, a 10-point lead for the Amity Spartans.
You can't ask for better execution of the option on that play, Leo. Joe Nault reminded me of old Donovan McNabb, Syracuse 1997 on that play.
That was a great play by the Guilford Indians to get the punt block to set that drive up. It was a 15-yard, 5-play drive that resulted in the touchdown with 9:11 remaining in the second quarter. So, Lauren, has this been everything you thought it was going to be?
It really has. Unfortunately, I expect a little more execution out of the Amity offense, Leo, I got to tell you. But Guilford has been spot on, and if they keep playing like this, they're going to be difficult to beat tonight.
They truly are, and Amity is a very resilient football team, and I think the execution issues have been because of the aggressive nature of that Guilford defense. They've been getting a push on the defensive line, and that is really the key to breaking up a triple option offense. Lauren, if you get some penetrations from your defensive tackles, it's very difficult for that quarterback to turn the corner and make the read on the defensive end. So that's what Guilford's been successful at thus far.
Well, without question, and neither team is winning games with passes through the air, Leo. These are both ground and pound offenses, and unfortunately, Amity has not been able to execute the running game yet.
So the kick is going to come from left to right. Joe Nault, the quarterback, is going to be kicking for Guilford, and the Amity Spartans are going to corral this one. It's going to be Tyler Nelson with the ball on the right side, and he's going to break a tackle. He's out across the 50. He's out across the 40. He's got more running room. He's inside the 30. He cuts back and gets down all the way to the 22-yard line. A great run back by the Amity Spartans, and I think I called him Tyler Nelson, and it is not Tyler Nelson. It is the guy that's been having a tremendous game for Amity. It's Tyler Burns.
The sophomore Tyler Burns, and that's the kind of play, Leo, to get your team right back into the ballgame.
What a tremendous run back. Burns started out with the ball inside the 10-yard line, came up the left hash marks, cut all the way to the right hash marks, fought his way back to the left, and ended up inside the 30 down at about the 21-yard line. It's going to be the option again, and this time it's going to be kept by quarterback Seminella. He got the snap in the shotgun formation, a little speed option. He gets about 1.5 yards. We'll call it 2, 2nd and 8 for the Amity Spartans. So it's 2nd down and 8 at the, call it the 23-yard line. They're going to have to get inside the 15 for a first down. The lone setback for Amity is David Adelino. In motion goes Ricks. It's going to be Adelino up the middle, and he's got great blocking. He's inside the 10. down to about the 9-yard line, and a great run by Adelino, and he did a great job following the interference. And his blockers cut right once the blocker got engaged and got inside the 10 for a 1st and goal for the Amity Spartans at the 9.
Great job by the big center, number 62, Nicholas Tadino, Leo. He seemed to move about 3 of that Guilford line right there.
He certainly did. You can see his numbers bright on that jersey as he exits the huddle first. So Tadino anchoring the line on offense, and the lone setback again is Adelino in a double wing formation. Burns wide to the right. Ricks goes in motion. The handoff will go to Adelino. He's going to break a tackle at the line of scrimmage and scamper in for the 9-yard touchdown. Amity right back into this thing, makes it 13-9. 7 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the half, and it's 13-9 Guilford.
Nice job by Antonito to get Amity back in this game, but Leo, that score right there was the big line of Amity up front. They moved that whole Guilford defense right out of the way, made room for Adelino to turn it up.
A minute and 21 seconds after Guilford scores, the extra point is good, and the Amity Spartans have gotten back within 3. They make it 13-10 on the run by Adelino. David Adelino from 9 yards, and the extra point kicked by Lyle Luth, and it's 13-10, Guilford on top.
Right back in the game. That's all it takes these days, Leo, is I should say for these kids, is to one big play to break the game open and get them right back in.
So Amity will kick off, and as I said, it only took a minute 21 seconds for the Amity Spartans to answer the Guilford Indians score. Luth will kick from right to left. Going deep is Horton on the near side. On the far side for Guilford is Anthony Pensa. So Luth will kick off. And it's a ground ball up the middle, and it's taken off the hands of the second line and into the hands of Pensa. Pensa along the left side gets hit hard about the 35-yard line. We'll call it the 37. 1st and 10 for Guilford at their own 37-yard line. With 7 minutes, 46 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. 13-10, Guilford on top of the host Amity Spartans.
Now's the time for Guilford to step it back up, Leo. They need to put some points on the board.
So Guilford breaks out of the huddle. We've got the quarterback Joe Nault under center in the double wing formation. Wide on the near side is Tyler Nelson. And it's a handoff up the middle and a broken tackle at the line of scrimmage. And there goes Eric Zergabel. Zergabel across the 20, inside the 10. Touchdown, Zergabel. That is going to be a 63-yard touchdown run. And Lauren, you said it. It happened. 15 seconds after Amity scored, the Guilford Indians with a run by Eric Zergabel, his second touchdown of the night on a 63-yard run, makes it 19-10 Guilford.
I'm not quite sure what happened on that play, Leo. I looked up and Zergabel, there was nobody around him. I don't know if the Amity backfield was on the field or not.
It was a heck of a fake on the carry through. The extra point is up and good by Joe Nault. So it's 20-10, but the continuation fake, Lauren, after handing the ball off to Zergabel by Joe Nault is what made that happen. Everybody looked at Nault, and Zergabel snuck through the middle of the line for the 63-yard touchdown run.
And on a serious note, that was just one heck of a sell by Nault. He had everybody fooled on that play.
So 20-10 the score. 7 minutes, 35 seconds remaining here in the first half. And Guilford and Amity here trading blows in the middle of the ring, so to speak. It's like a prize fight.
It's not quite the game plan either coach had quite laid out here, but both of them are in it.
You're absolutely right, Lauren. Both coaches said to us that they were going to try to have some ball control on the offense and take care of the football. And we've had turnovers, we've had a blocked punt, And we've had a couple of we had a great kickoff return by Amity, a long run by Guilford, and we've got 30 points scored here, and still the bulk of the second quarter to go.
It's an exciting game, to say the least.
So dropping back for the Amity Spartans will be Tyler Burns on the near side. On the far side, it looks like Shane Brown, but we'll have to get a better look at that when we see him turn this way. So the kick will come from left to right. It's Joe Nault kicking off for Guilford. It's a bouncing kick up the middle. It's going to be covered by a second line player who just grabs onto the ball at the 35-yard line and falls, comes down at the 36. Looks like it was covered up by Casey Grenier. First and 10, Amity. It was actually Matt Adelino who came up with that that kickoff. 37-yard line is where they will start. Amity trailing by 10 with 7:33 remaining here in the first half. The lone set back in the backfield is David Adelino, and he's going to get the handoff and go off the right side. No, he's going to actually fake me out as well, and that handoff's going to go to Corey Ricks. Ricks going to lose about a yard, going to be second down and 11. So the Guilford Indians with their flex front, they've been starting in a four-man front, dropping a fifth lineman down as well. Maybe that might be giving the Amity lineman a little bit of a headache as well, Lauren.
Without question, without question. All the big men up front are getting a lot of work out of these both these option offenses, Leo.
So coming to the near side is Nicholas Batone. Spreading out wide to the right is Joe Schwanier. Now he comes back in and gets in motion, goes flat along the line. Handoff is fake to him. Seminello goes to throw, and he's got Ricks along the near side. Ricks catches it about the 40. He breaks the tackle at the 50. He's inside the 40, inside the 30. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, a 63-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback, James Seminella, to Corey Ricks. And just like that, Amity back within 4.
Nice read by Seminella. Better execution by Rich, Leo. Once he hit the 40, he just turned it up to another gear. There was no stopping him.
And not a minute has gone by, Lauren. 58 seconds have gone by. And it is now 20-16. The extra point is blocked by Guilford, so they have traded blocked extra points. So with 6 minutes, 38 seconds left in the first half, James Seminella has found Corey Ricks in the near side left flats, and Corey Ricks ran about 60 yards after he caught the ball. So ball didn't travel much in the air, but Corey Ricks with a 63-yard touchdown catch.
He definitely turned it up. Both of these teams, Leo, are punch for punch here in the second quarter where there's no let-up. Great job by Amity to stay in it. You know, that quick score by Guilford could have really taken the air out of their sails, but they hung right in there.
So, Warren, here in the second half, and there's only 12-minute quarters here in high school football. With a minute and 30 seconds left in the first quarter, Lyle Luth hit a field goal. 2 minutes, a little more than 2 minutes, almost 3 into the second quarter. Casey Horton scored from 2 yards out. 7 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. A 9-yard run by Adelino made it 13-10. 15 seconds later, Eric Zergabel ran 63 yards to make it 20-10. And 52 seconds later, James Seminella to Corey Ricks with another touchdown. So the ball is covered up at the 45-yard line, and Guilford gets the ball on the kickoff out to the 45. It's Eric Zergabel running that ball out to the 44 is where the ball's finally placed. It was a big pile at the 45. So it's first and 10, Guilford, with 6:33 remaining here in the first half.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the game plays out, and strategy-wise for both coaches, Leo. This is definitely wasn't the game plan either one of them strategized for coming up into it this week. But I guess nobody's going to turn away a 65-yard pass and catch.
Well, we do know that both of these two teams can score points. Guilford scored 56 last week. Both of these two teams have put up 36 right now, 20-16 the score. Handoff goes up the middle, and it's going to be handed off to Zergabel. Zergabel gets out across the 45 to about the, well, we're going to say got right to the 45 is where they're going to place the football. So it's only a gain of about a yard. Looked like he got a little more than that, Lauren.
Yeah, there was a lot of movement on that play, Leo. Once you get these linemen, the offensive linemen, defensive linemen flopping all over the place, it's tough to see where that mark's going to be.
You know, Lauren, and the wet field does not seem to affect either one of these teams.
No, it sure didn't. It affected me and my loafers pregame, but that was about it.
Back to pass goes Knoll, and over the middle he's got Casey Horton. It's in and out of his hands. Horton had a step on the defense, and that may have been pay dirt, but it's incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd down and 9, and it was a beautiful pass by Joe Nault right into the hands of Casey Horton.
Casey Horton's got to be disappointed with himself in that play, Leo. He was wide open. There was nothing but the end zone in front of him on that play.
And he's had a good half so far, so I'm sure he's the kind of player that's going to shake that right off. Now you've got the David Knapp on the right wing, and you've got Horton on the left, and we got to run up the middle. Zergabel breaks loose. He's out inside the 20. Inside the 30, down to about the 23-yard line. There is a flag down, though, at the 32-yard line. But I'll tell you that, it was another great fake by Joe Nault, carrying out the option motion. He handed the ball off to Zergabel, who got some blocking, but it looks like it's going to be a personal foul call against Guilford at the 32-yard line.
Now, Leo, rest assured, Tom Unger is not happy about that play. That flag was 15 yards away from the run.
You know, I think that play got called, Lauren, because it had that player that was being blocked had no effect on the play, and the officials just don't put up with that. The result of it will come to the 42-yard line of the Amity Spartans. It will give Guilford a 1st and 10, but certainly the result of the play would have been much better without the penalty. So there's going to be a timeout on the field taken by the Amity Spartans, and they will talk about what just happened and how they're going to stop the football from going up the middle. And PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championships events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com, you know that high school sports lives here. 5 minutes, 36 seconds remaining here in the first half. Guilford, the visiting team, 1-2, leading the 1-2 Amity Spartans 20-16. And it has been one very, very entertaining second quarter, Lauren.
Without question. Like we talked about before, it's been back and forth, quick plays, big plays. Both teams are answering, both the offensive and defensive side of the ball.
1st and 10 for the Guilford Indians. They're in Amity territory at the 42-yard line. Amity coming out in their 3-4 defense. Now 2 defensive ends step up to the outside, and the motion man is a flat option motion man across the side. It's David Knapp. He gets the pitch. Knapp turns the corner. He's down inside the 25 to about the 24-yard line, and that's good for a 1st down for the Guilford Indians. That's about a 20-yard run, and there's a flag down again at the 44-yard line, and it's going to be a hold against the Guilford Indians.
Penalties are killing Guilford on this drive, Leo. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
Absolutely. That is the 4th penalty of the night that's taken away a 1st down, Lauren. That is something that's going to be very difficult to swallow as the coach on the other side of the field at this point.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to be a fly on the wall in the locker room at halftime, Leo.
Absolutely. It's going to be 1st down and about 22 for the Guilford Indians. They have faced this in the past. They've had a 1st and 25 that they ended up getting the 1st down on that drive. It's going to be the option again. It's going to be kept by Nault. Turns the corner, gets to about the 49-yard line. Only gets about 4 on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 18 for Guilford.
You know, if we can say anything about both teams tonight, they both excel at 2nd and 3rd and 20-plus yardage.
You're absolutely, that's so true. They've taken the clock inside of 5 now, remaining in the first half, excuse me. double wing set again for Guilford. The lone setback in the backfield is Zergabel. Handoff will be faked to Zergabel, and trying to follow him right through the hole is Joe Nault. There's some fighting at the bottom of the pile looking for the football. I think Nault held on. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain, so it's going to be third down and about 16, maybe 17 for Guilford.
You know, again, nice job by the senior captain, Dennis Flanagan, to be right there in the mix.
The game's getting a little bit chippy. The linesman from the far side of the field came in and had a quick conversation with a player on each side of the football and told him, let's cool off with the extracurricular activity under the pile. And I think you'll see flags fly if we see that again.
Easy to get excited in a game like this. They've just got to stay in control because they're both hurting the teams.
Triple threats to the left side. Back to pass goes Nault. He's going to be dropped for a loss. A sack on the play. Drops back about 6 yards. And Nault and the Guilford Indians will face a 4th and about 21 for a first down. And I believe that Nault will stay in the game and kick this one away to the ever dangerous Tyler Burns, who is dropping back inside his own 20.
And that was the big linebacker, 6'4", 235, number 74, Zachary Toro in on the play, Leo.
Toro, he's a big man to handle. Very difficult for the Guilford Indians to handle such a monster like that coming from the defensive tackle spot. So Burns will be deep. The snap is low. It's handled. Oh, no, the knee went down. Joe Nault, as he caught the ball on the low snap, his knee hit the turf, and Amity gets a huge break and will take over 1st and 10 at the Guilford 35.
It's unfortunate. That was an excellent punt, too.
I got to tell you, Lauren, that's a call that has to be made. It's the right call, absolutely, but that's a rule that the high school football needs to revisit.
Without question, and you know, in all reality, it was a heads-up call by the linesman to actually be looking for it. You know.
So the Amity Spartans will take over, trailing by 4 with 3:10 remaining in the first half. Shotgun formation for quarterback Seminella. He's back to pass. He's got an open receiver. That's Ricks inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain. Let's see where it's going to go. No, it's more like a 8-yard gain. Going to be 2nd down and 2 for the Amity Spartans.
And it looks like Ricks hobbled off the field a little bit over there, Leo. Came off on his own accord, but he's definitely limping a bit.
That is definitely not something you want to see on the Amity sidelines. He's a very, very solid performer. Rolling out to his right is quarterback Seminella. He throws into the flats. We have a complete pass, a nice catch on the play by the wide receiver. I believe that was Tyler Burns who made the catch. And it's going to be 3rd and 1, so it's a gain of only about 2 on the play. And Amity looking to keep this drive alive with a 1-yard first down ahead of them. Under center goes Seminella. Wishbone formation with a double tight end set. And the ball is on the ground. It's picked up by the quarterback, Seminella. He's rolling around looking for an open receiver. He's got one, and it's in and out of the hands of Amity's receiver. That was David Bono, but I think he was out of bounds anyway, Lauren. But it's
I think he was definitely out of bounds. Great job by Seminella scrambling on that play. Dodged 3 tackles by that aggressive Guilford defense, and somehow was able to avoid the sack and get the ball out of bounds.
4th down and 1. And it looked like it was just trying to handle the ball was the problem. He came up out of center cleanly, but went to make the handoff, and the ball ended up on the ground. Seminella under center in the wishbone formation. Goes to the second back through the hole, and it looks like he's got enough yardage for the first down. Clock's going to be killed either way because it's change of possession or moving the chains. And it looks like it is enough for the first down. It is. Amity will retain possession. 1st and 10 from just inside the 25-yard line.
This is a big stand for the Guilford defense, Leo. We got 1:43 on a running clock. And an Amity offense that's looking to score.
Double threats left and right. Back to pass goes the quarterback. Tipped, and it's incomplete. And Seminella trying to throw the ball to Benjamin Fiola, and the ball went in and out of his hands and just laid safely on the ground for the Amity Spartans, but very nearly a disastrous situation for Amity.
And lo and behold, number 8, Joe Nault, right near that ball, Leo. Amity got fortunate with that.
So it's, again, double threats left and right. Back to pass goes Seminella, and the receiver was on the ground, but no call on the play, so he had to slip on the wet turf. And that's really one of the first times we've seen the wet turf affect anybody out here. It's 3rd down and 10 with 1:30 remaining in the half.
Without question, that was number 11 again, Benjamin Fiola, going down, but it looked like he hooked number 8 Nault right there. Wasn't really surprising that we didn't see a flag. It wasn't a catchable ball, but on the same token, teams need to be careful, Leo. These are the type of penalties Amity doesn't need right now.
You're absolutely right. The single setback is Adelino. Double threats left and right once again. Seminole goes back to pass. He's rolling. Looks like they're setting up a screen, and they are, and the throw is just over the head of Adelino. And I'll tell you, Guilford did an excellent job recognizing that that was a screen. Sent one lineman in to chase quarterback James Seminella, and the defensive line stayed right with their blockers. So I think that play would have been broken up had it been complete, but it was just out of over the outstretched hands of Adelino. So with 1:24 remaining in the half, Amity's going to burn their second timeout and talk about what they're going to do on 4th and 10. And Lauren, this is a big drive for the Amity Spartans.
No, it's a real big drive, and it comes down to fundamentals and execution. The Amity cannot get themselves into trouble with a penalty right now, Leo.
No, you're absolutely right. Now it's 4th and 10. The ball is resting at about the 26-yard line. We've seen the leg of Lyle Luth. He kicked a 34-yard field goal at the end of the first quarter. Now, this with the ball on the 26 would push it back to about the 33. So it would be a 43-yard field goal attempt if they try it. I do see, no, I don't see him out there. And I'm getting some help from behind me. That was awesome. Thank you. I was looking for him out there, and Luth did not go out onto the field. So the Amity Spartans are going to send Nicholas Batone along with Ian Meyer on this side of the field. On the far side, it's going to be Burns on the inside. Back to pass goes Seminole. He's looking over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Benjamin Fiola, who was the other receiver on the side with Burns. Almost intercepted by the defensive back / quarterback Joe Nault, and turnover on downs. Big stand for the Guilford Indians, holding on to a 4-point lead with 1:19 remaining in the first half.
And Joe Nault making a stand on both sides of the ball here, Leo, for Guilford. This kid's been involved on every play tonight.
I thought maybe he had a pick 6 there when I saw him cut in front of the receiver. But Nault just able to deflect it enough where it couldn't be caught by Fiola. And Nault will lead his Guilford Indians back to the line of scrimmage, back into the double wing formation. And Nault on the scissor play hands the ball off to Horton, and Horton gets about a 2-yard gain on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Guilford Indians. And I think they are content to let the clock continue to run. They hustle out of the huddle. Again, same formation with double wideouts this time. Motion man is Hoyt. It's going to be kept by, no, it's going to be handed off, actually. Another great fake to David Knapp. Knapp turns the corner. He's across the 30, across the 40, out to about the 45-yard line. First down for Guilford.
Excellent misdirection by Guilford on that play, Leo.
So it's all the way to the 46. Clock running with under 45 left at the 46-yard line. Guilford with a 1st and 10. They're milling around, trying to get to the line of scrimmage a little quicker than I think the coach would like to see him move a little quicker. But again, Nault, this time coming this way, fakes the handoff, drops back the pass, and he's going to get swallowed by the Amity defensive line. They could have taken a picture that time and given you a picture of that defensive line, because they just swarmed all over Nault.
There was Flanagan and Toro again, Leo.
Fantastic. Toro's a big guy, real hard to handle. 6'4", 235. Flanagan 6'2", 235. So, you're looking at 470 pounds landing on top of you. And Joe Nault is doesn't look like he's quite the size of those two defensive linemen.
We'll give him 6 foot 185 in the program, Leo.
In the program, I would agree.
In the program is the key.
So Guilford takes a timeout, 2nd down and about 17 for the Indians. And there are 24 ticks of the clock remaining here in the first half, and it has been eventful, to say the least. 36 points scored by these two teams. And we're back to action. Orton comes to the near side slot. And it is going to be kept by Nault. He doesn't get much running room there. He's dropped almost immediately. And Guilford will take another timeout. So they have one remaining. Nault got about a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 15 for the Guilford Indians.
It'll be interesting to see what's going through Coach Tom Unger's head at this point with the 17 seconds left on the clock.
So
with 17 seconds remaining here in the first half. 3rd down and 15. Ball is at the 42-yard line, we'll say, of the Guilford Indians. Now, Guilford coming off a 56-7 win over Lyman Hall. They will go play a team that we saw last week, Lauren, the Hill House Academics. And the speed of the Hill House Academics is going to give a lot of fits to their opponents in the SCC this year.
Oh, without question, their option set, a three-headed snake, you can call it, Leo. Either one of those.
So the option comes to the near side. It's pitched to Horton. He turns the corner. He's across the 45, out to about the 50. Cuts back to the middle, and then swallowed up by the Amity defensive backs. And it's going to be out to about the 50, so it's going to be about an 8-yard gain. It's going to end up being 4th down and about 6. Clock is stopped right now. Let's see. I think there's got to be a flag I can't see down on the play. It is. It's back at the 45. Holding is the call against the Indians, and I think there might be some up-downs coming next week in Guilford.
I think that's probably a good call, Leo.
So they're going to be marched back from the 45 to the 35-yard line. That's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 22, which I believe that's not the first time I've said that tonight. Clock is going to run now, and Guilford will be content to let it run out. So we have come to the end of the first half of play with the Guilford Indians leading the Amity Spartans by a score of 20-16. We'll be back in a little while with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere because it's Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to PlayOnSports.com halftime show. We're just going to wrap up the first half, coming to you live from Amity High School in Woodbridge, Connecticut. I'm Leo Bowler alongside Lauren Falvo. Our halftime score is the Guilford Indians 20, the Amity Spartans 16. And the first half had a lot of scoring, Lauren.
A lot of scoring, a lot of back and forth, Leo. First score came at the 6-minute mark with a 3-yard run by Eric Zergabel at Guilford, followed up with the extra point by Joe Nault. Then we had a 34-yard field goal on Amity's side by Lyle Luth at the 1:30 mark. Guilford came back at 9-11 in the second quarter on a 2-yard screen pass by Eric Horton. Extra point by quarterback Joe Nault was good on that one as well. And then we flipped it back over to Amity, Leo. At the 7:50 mark, 9-yard run by David Adelino brought the score to 13-10. Still Guilford up. Extra point was good by Kyle Luth. Then Eric Zergabel, we've been calling his name quite a bit tonight on both the offensive and defensive side of the ball, broke a 63-yard run to bring it to 20-10. Extra point good again by Joe Nault. Then Amity came back with a run by quarterback James Seminella, 63-yard pass to Corey Ricks to bring Amity to 20-16. Extra point blocked by Guilford, and this is where we are coming to the third quarter. Leo, 2016, Guilford up.
Well, this has been a tight game, a lot more scoring than we expected. Both teams trying to execute that option offense, and that's going to do it for our PlayOnSports.com halftime wrap-up. Friday Night Football will return in just a minute as Amity's getting ready to kick off and to start this second half right here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. I'm Leo Bowler. I've got Lauren Falvo with me, and it has been a tremendous football game so far, and I'm sure we're going to see just as much action in the second half as we had in the first. Amity will be kicking to Guilford. Guilford with the 4-point lead to start the second half. And it will be Horton deep for the Guilford Indians. And along with Horton, it looks like it is going to be a squib kick. I didn't even have to tell you who was on the back line because it went to the front line. Covered up by Guilford, and they're going to start with some great field position just inside the 45 at their own 44-yard line.
Nice hands by number 32, J.P. Peters, to cover that ball up, Leo. Like you said, excellent starting position for Guilford. It's going to be interesting coming into this third quarter. We've had a lot of scoring and a lot of back and forth, but there's been a lot of crippling penalties on both sides of the ball in that first half, Leo.
There absolutely has, and we're going to open it up with the option. It's going to be kept by quarterback Joe Nault. He went to his left. The motion man behind him was David Knapp, and it's kept by Nault. He turns the corner, gets about a yard. It's going to be second down and 9. 11:40 remaining in the third quarter. 20-16 the score. Guilford on top of Amity. Double wing formation. Wideouts left and right for Guilford. It's going to be the option to the near side. It's a fake handoff, and back to pass goes the quarterback, Joe Nault, and he's going to get sacked. He's going to be lost about 2 yards. It's going to be third down and 11 for the Guilford Indians.
Nice push by the big men up front on the Amity side of the ball, Leo. Again, number 72. That's our captain, number Dennis Flanagan, again in on the play.
6'2", 235. Big guy to handle on that defensive line. Double wing formation again for Guilford. To the far left goes Mike Ferrara. Under center goes Nault. Motion man is Horton. Nault's going to keep it on the option to the near side. Turns it upfield. Gets to about the 49-yard line. And he's going to be short of the first down by about 4 yards. It's going to be 4th and 4. And I don't think we're going to see Guilford kick the ball away here.
Nice play. Nice wrap-up by the sophomore defensive back, number 23, Matt Adelino. In on that play, brother, a senior running back and defensive lineman, David Adelino, Leo.
Back to punt goes the quarterback, Joe Nault. He's going to be kicking to Tyler Burns, who sets up about the 8-yard line. It's a good snap. Kick is a wobbly kick. Going to be hit the ground at about the 15, and backing off is Burns. Good choice. It's going to be about the 17 where it finally comes to a stop, a little bit of an Amity roll, and it's going to be first down and 10 for the Spartans.
40-yard kick by the quarterback, number 8, Joe Nault. He's got a little bit of a leg on him, Leo.
He does. He's a great athlete. He's been playing both sides of the football. He's out on the defensive side of the ball playing one of the cornerback positions. He punts, he kicks off, he kicks extra points. So I think it would be a safe guess to say Joe Nault may end the season as the leading scorer for the Guilford Indians.
I think it's probably a safe bet.
Tight end is to the right. Motion man coming to the near side. It's a handoff up the middle to Adelino. Adelino bulls his way for a couple of yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 for the Guilford Indians. And for the Amity Spartans. The Spartans are set up in the same set that the Guilford Indians set up in. They're sending Nicholas Batone wide to the near side. Ball on the far hash mark. Single setback in the backfield is Adelino. To the right side is Corey Ricks, the wingback. Motion man is Ricks. It's going to be handed off up the middle to Adelino. He bounces off a tackler, kicks it to the outside. He's across the 25, across the 30, across the 40, across the 50-yard line. He's going to be chased down from behind, but not before he gets inside the 25-yard line to the 24. A big run by Adelino up the middle, and that you can attribute to his vision of the football field. Did a great job bouncing off a tackler at the line of scrimmage, getting into the open field and getting into Guilford territory down to the 24-yard line.
Adelino stepped it inside at the 30-yard line, Leo, and what a great move. He just turned it up to second gear at that point, and Guilford was lucky to track him down.
1st and 10 for the Amity Spartans, and the handoff's going to go up the middle. Adelino again, he breaks loose. No, this is not Adelino this time. This is going to be Bono, and Bono breaks another tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Amity. David Bono gets loose in the middle. Adelino was taking a breath, and Bono comes in and scampers 26 yards for the touchdown.
First time we've called Bono's name on any of these option plays, Leo. You have to wonder if it caught Guilford back on their heels with that.
I would have to agree with you, Lauren. I don't think they were expecting another run up the middle like that. There's an injured player down on the field. It's the Guilford Indians lineman Rob Nero who's shaken up on the play. Hopefully he'll be all right while we get ready for the extra point. There is 9 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, and Amity has taken their first lead of the game, 22-20.
Excellent execution by Amity on that drive, Leo. We didn't see any flags, which is a big step in the right direction for this Amity offense, and they moved the ball extremely well. So Amity strikes first in this 3rd quarter.
So Lyle Luth will come in to kick the extra point once we get it set up. Going off the field now for the Guilford Indians. Let me get a number there. It looked to me before like it was Rob Nero, but I'm looking a little closer now. That might be a 78 and not a 76.
I think we're looking at Ian Robinson over there.
I think you're right. That's the junior defensive lineman shaking up on the play. And setting up to kick the extra point now is Lyle Luth. Schwanier will do the holding.
22-20
Amity leads 22-20. And you're listening to high school football on PlayOnSports.com. I'm Leo Buller alongside Lauren Falvo. Our producer and director tonight is Rihanna Bahuniak. The extra point snap is a good one. The hold is down. The kick is up and good. So it's 23-20, Amity with the 3-point lead. So Amity is getting ready to now to kick off. They're going to talk about it a little bit on the sidelines, so they can come out and play a little more defense. Lauren, they did a good job with Guilford on the first possession for Guilford. Guilford did get a first down whenever I think before they had to kick it away, but. This is this is a great matchup here tonight. And if you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying right now, tell your school to sign up for Play On Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. So Lyle Luth will kick off for the Amity Spartans, and deep for the Guilford Indians. This time we'll say it early. It is going to be Casey Horton along with Anthony Pensa. So Luth will kick off from the near hash mark, and it's an end-over-end kick that's going to drop into the second line. Kind of pooch there. It's going to go to Trotta. Trotta gets it at the 35, fights his way out to about the 44-yard line. It's going to be 1st and 10 Guilford, and Fred Trotta is the return man, and 1st and 10 for the Indians.
And again, good starting position for Guilford there, Leo. They need to capitalize on, I don't even know how to describe them. These, I don't know, insufficient kickoffs.
We'll call them pooch kicks.
Pooch kicks, that's a good word.
So the Indians with the football send Tyler Nelson to the near side. Tight end is to the left. Single set back in the backfield is Eric Zergabel. Handoff on the scissor play goes to Knapp. Knapp gets back to the line of scrimmage, and he is tripped up there. And a nice defensive play made by Nicholas Walker, who is a linebacker. He's a senior, 6 foot, 175 pounds. There's an official timeout on the field. There is an injured player down, and that's a Guilford Indian who's down in the backfield on the far side of the field on the 40-yard line. So the scoring in the first half, fast and furious, Lauren. At the 9:11 mark, Guilford scored. At 7:50, just a minute 21 seconds later, Amity scored. Just 15 seconds later, Guilford scored again, and then 52 seconds later, Amity scored. So it was very fast and furious. And there were some long plays. Zergabel with a 63-yard run, Seminella with a 63-yard pass to Corey Ricks, and it's been very exciting. And a player down on the field shaking up. Looks like you may have lost the wind, Lauren. Just starting to get up now. And that is Captain J.P. Peters, who's getting up and leaving the field under his own power. So that is a good sign.
Always a good sign.
8:55 remaining in the third quarter. Amity 23, Guilford 20. Clock winding again, and Guilford getting the play from the sidelines. Guilford's offense been led by Joe Knott, their quarterback, kicker, cornerback extraordinaire. The epitome of the jack of all trades. And there's a timeout being called on the field, and Guilford, in a tight game, calls a timeout. And I don't think that's a timeout that Coach Unger would be very happy about.
No, not at all. You know, and we talked about it before, a lot of scoring in the first quarter, and what made it so exciting, you know, the penalties are obviously never exciting to be watching a game where the coach is involved with it, but we had some second and 40s. I think we had a third and 30 that were both turned around, which led to those scores, Leo.
Absolutely, and you know, the execution on the option plays really on both sides has been very good. The Amity Spartans have had success with the dive back up the middle with Adelino, and the success for the Guilford Indians has been much the same. They had Zergabel go up the middle for a 63-yard touchdown run. They had Horton on the option toss go to the outside. So, you know, both teams, I think, have to be happy with their offensive execution.
Yeah, without question, minus the penalties, of course.
Yes. So now we're looking at a tight end to the near side, double wing formation, wide out to the left for Guilford. Horton in motion. It's the option. It's handed off to Zergabel. Zergabel breaks through. He's out across the 25, down inside the 20, down to the 10. He's dragged down but falls into the end zone for a touchdown. And it's a 56-yard touchdown run by Zergabel. He's over 100 yards for the night. The score with 8:27 remaining in the third quarter. Guilford 26, Amity 23. Extra point to come.
There, that could have been his identical run from the second quarter, Leo. And this has just been a game of big plays, and that's just all there is to it thus far.
So Zergabel with a 57-yard scamper. The extra point will be kicked by Joe Knott. It's a good snap. The hold is good. Kick is an end-over-end kick, sky high, disappears into the night sky, but it ends up through the upright. So the extra point by Nault is good, and that makes the score Guilford 27, Amity 23. So Amity now going to look to maybe go back to the drawing board a little bit, Lauren, on those kicks.
Without question, you know they've got to get the ball downfield a little bit. What do you call them, Leo Pooch kicks?
Yes.
Little Pooch kicks.
Yeah.
They just have to change that up a little bit, I think.
So the Spartans are going to send Tyler Burns back to receive the kick, and he will be joined on the back line by David Bono, who just scored on a 26-yard run for Amity on their last possession. But the so far, the highlight of the night are 2 runs by Eric Zergabel, 157-yard touchdown run, 163. So he's 120 yards on two of his carries tonight. That's an average I think any coach would relish.
And that's 2 of probably about 10 thus far, Leo.
So Nault will do the kicking for the Guilford Indians. They split out 5 on either side of Nault. Ball is set up right in the middle of the field. He's waiting to get the ready for a play whistle. He gets it. The kick is a bouncing kick, a squib that gets loose, and it's loose at the middle of the field. It went off the knees of a second line guy at the Amity return team, and the ball was loose. I think Amity got on top of it. We'll see who the last one up with it is. It is going to be Amity's football, and it was recovered on the play, and a very heads-up job there by Sky Zawadski, a 6 foot, 15-pound senior. So Amity with some good field position to start this drive. Nose of the ball right on the 40-yard stripe. Seminella talking to his Spartans, getting them ready to come out of the huddle, and Nicholas Tadino does just that, the center for the Amity Spartans. And it's going to be a double wing formation once again with a wide out Nicholas Baton to the near side. Shotgun formation. Ricks goes in motion. It's the option play. It's kept this time by Seminella, and Seminella gets ripped at the line of scrimmage. Lost about a yard, maybe 2nd down and 11 for the Spartans.
Good job by the big man up front on Guilford, Leo. They weren't fooled by that one.
And the nose guard, Sean Sullivan, with a lot of penetration that time, Lauren. Shooting that A-gap to the left of the center, Tadino. Also over there on that left side of the defensive line doing a good job is Colton Schilling. So it's 2nd and about 10 for the Spartans. It's, again, the option and back to pass. It's a fake handoff, and back to pass goes Salmonella, throwing to an open receiver, and it's caught at the 36-yard line of the Guilford Indians. And after the catch, Tyler Burns lost about 2 yards trying to get around the defender and was tackled at the 38-yard line, but a 1st and 10 for the Spartans, and a nice pass by James Seminella.
Nice job by Seminella to hang in there and get that ball off number 35, Nick Sotero on the Guilford side of the ball. Looked like a little bit of a late hit too, Leo.
Yeah, it did. I was thinking the same thing, Lauren. I was surprised not to see a flag because you really want to protect that quarterback. But once he's running around like that, I think you're going to get the officials looking at him like a running back.
Well, I think you have to, especially with these option offensive. It's why it's always tough for these quarterbacks.
Handoff goes up the middle to Adelino. He falls forward for about a 2-yard gain. Tackled on the play by Guilford's, it looks like Josh Cash, I think. It may very, no, actually, I think it was Dane Lawrence with the tackle, the defensive end. So the Spartans again getting the play run in and out by Tyler Burns. He shouts a signal, and everyone consults with the wristband that the team is wearing. Ricks in a wide slot formation, this time to the left of Seminole. It's a bubble screen to the right side. It's into the hands of Chouanier. Chouanier catches the ball right at the line of scrimmage and runs forward for about 10 yards. Looks like he's going to have enough yardage for a 1st down. Let's see where the final spot is. it is going to be a first down for the Amity Spartans. And now when you got to give to Schwanier, Lauren. He did a nice job getting upfield after the catch.
Oh, without question, who did an excellent job, great vision on his part. And, you know, I was kind of trailing back watching the big men up front, Leo, on Amity, and they're doing an excellent job moving down the ball, moving down the field, I should say.
So the quarterback going to be under center this time is Seminella. Ricks comes back into his wing spot and goes in motion from left to right. The handoff goes to Adelino. He spins out of a tackle at the line of scrimmage and then hops out of one right after. Cuts back up to the inside, gets inside the 20, inside the 15, down to the 10. And he's brought down after a first down for the Amity Spartans. It's going to be first down and close to goal to go. They may be able to make a first down inside the 1. Let's see if the stakes go all the way down, but what a great play by Adelino that time. He hopped, first he bounced out of a tackle, then he hopped out of another one and scampered down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be just outside the 10, so it's going to be first and 10, and we'll call it the 11-yard line.
Heck of an athletic play, and that was quarterback Joe Nault made his way from the defensive backfield for Guilford, who had him wrapped up, Leo.
So the quarterback, James Seminella, pushes Schwanier out to a wide slot and goes back to pass, and he's got a wide open receiver. It looks like Ricks who caught the ball, and he caught it with maybe about a yard gain and then fought his way out for about a 6-yard gain. We'll make it 5, going to be second down and 5 for the Spartans, and Ricks lining up in a wideout position that play.
A nice job by number 61, Colton Schilling, on the defensive side of the ball, Leo, to stand him up. I thought for sure he was going to turn it up and put 6 on the board.
So second and 5, just outside the 5-yard line. And we got Tyler Burns split wide to the right. On the near side is Nicholas Batone. Motion man is Corey Ricks, but the handoff goes to Adelino up the middle. He goes down inside the 5 to about the 4. It's going to be third down and 2 for the Amity Spartans. I'm going to need more paper to continue writing all these scores down, Warren. Amity knocking on the door once again. Third down at the 3-yard line. They can get a first down with about the length of a football to spare to the goal line. Adelino is the fullback. The 2 running backs are now in a wishbone formation with a double tight end. And it's going to go to Schwanier, who's the left back, going to the right side. And he is stopped short of the goal line. But let's see if it's enough for a first down. The near side official is killing the clock, so it's very likely that it's going to be good enough for an Amity first down. We'll wait and see. The officials are taking a look, and then the Amity players are telling us it's a first down. We'll see if the officials agree. It is a first and goal inside the 1-yard line for the Spartans. And the Spartans are going to take a timeout here. Well, you know what? They didn't get it. It looked like the quarterback called the timeout, but clock is running, and he's pushed back out onto the field by the coach. Clock continues to move. They're going to have to hustle to get this play off. Wishbone formation again. Adelino is the fullback. Schwanier is on the near side and forcing his way into the end zone. It was a quarterback sneak, I want to say. Seminella keeps it, goes up the middle for the touchdown.
Nice work by the big man, the center, number 62, Nicholas Tadino, clearing some space for his quarterback there, Leo.
Absolutely, big guy to run behind.
He is, and I think we were talking to his mother before the game. He's worn the same jersey since his freshman year, playing tight shirt Tadino.
That's right, getting in and leading the way for Seminella to get into the end zone. The extra point by Luth is a line drive kick that gets through the upright. So Amity now jumped back out to a 30-27 lead with the Luth extra point. So you can hear the Amity band celebrating down here in front of us.
There's your arch nemesis, the lead cymbal player.
Coming back up to torture me for the rest of this game. 57 points on the board between these two teams. Amity 30, Guilford 27. And you are right here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. Lauren Falvo is alongside me. I'm Leo Bowler. Rihanna Bahuniak on the producing end of the things here. Everything's going quite well. It's a great game to be enjoying here on a beautiful night here in New England. We're in Woodbridge, Connecticut, and it's exceptionally warm for October 5th night. Luth will kick off, going from right to left. Deep for Guilford is Pensa and Horton. They have yet to receive a kick. They move up to the 20, and now it's kicked away. Great job by the Spartans. That one's going to roll all the way to the end zone for a touchback. So what a great job by head coach Bert Mazelis to call that kick. And as soon as those back line creeped up, they put the pooch on the shelf.
They sure did. They sure did. It was the old setup, right? The old setup the whole game, baiting them in with it.
So the Guilford Indians now trail by 3 with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left here in the third quarter, and will take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Wide to the near side is Mike Ferreira. Tight end is to the left. Double wing set with Zergabel in the backfield alone. It's going to be the option to the left side. It's going to be handed off to Zergabel. Good read there. Now we got a late hit against the Guilford Indians, and that was right in front of his own bench, so that's not where you want to get a penalty like that. The play resulted in about maybe back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. So it is a personal foul call against the Guilford Indians.
Just not a smart play. Not a smart play, Leo. Not after the field position the kickoff with that.
So it's going to be 1st and 20 from the 10-yard line. The stakes on the opposite side of the field I do not believe are correct, because that was first down, right? If they accepted the penalty, unless, of course, it was post. Actually, you know what? It's 2nd and 10 because it's post-possession. So the handoff goes to Zergabel off the right side. Zergabel breaks the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's out along the near sidelines. He's across the 30, across the 40, all the way out to the 46-yard line, and Eric Zergabel is having himself a night. 2nd down and 20, and Zergabel rips off a 36-yard run off right tackle, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Guilford Indians at their 46-yard line.
You know, he's not the fastest of backs we're going to see this year, Leo, but he's an intense runner. He's a powerful runner, and he keeps those legs moving.
And Zergabel, wearing jersey number 44, is only a junior. So he's going to have another year of high school football ahead of him as well. Oh, the ball is on the ground. It was an option play going to the left side, trying to get the ball back out of the belly of the fullback. A turnover at the 45-yard line. Recovered by the Amity Spartans. David Bono comes up with the recovery. It's 1st and 10, Amity. And we have a personal foul against the Amity. It's after the play, so it's going to remain Amity football, but they're going to get backed up 15 yards from the 45 back to their own 40-yard line. But they do get the turnover, Lauren.
Well, they do have the turnover, but but again, Coach Bert Mazelis can't be happy about that, Leo.
I would agree with that. That is, you can't forget they're our high school students. They're probably a little bit of a short temper, maybe a little exuberant celebration, but Amity will take over 1st and 10 at their 40-yard line. Patone will go wide to the right. Corey Ricks wide to the left side. The wingback is Schwanier on the right side, and Adelino in the backfield. Shotgun formation for Seminella. He is back to pass. He's got a lot of time. He's going deep on the left side for Ricks, and just out of his outstretched hands, defending on the play, Tyler Nelson. And Ricks questioning the line judge whether there was any interference, but I think it was just good coverage by Tyler Nelson.
Real good coverage by Nelson. Ricks is quick too, and he stuck with him.
He turned and ran at the right time, which is the most important part of playing defensive back, when you know when to run and when to try and peek into the backfield. And that's having the roaming eyes is the downfall of most defensive backs, and that time Nelson did not have them. Motion man is Ricks going from left to right, and it's a handoff up the middle to Adelino. Runs up the back of the left guard. No, actually, that was the center. He ran right up the back of his center and out for about a 6-yard gain. Blocking also on the play, Gregory Purcell, a 6-foot, 260-pound offensive lineman for the Amity Spartans.
Third down, 4 yards to go.
So the whistle is stopped. The play now with 2:16 remaining in the third, and it is K.C. Horton for the Guilford Indians who's shaken up on the play.
Let's talk with Dick Graham watching safety.
30-27 the score now. Amity with their second lead of the night. Amity and Guilford trading punches here, and I want you to know that Play On Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games at YouTube at the youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. And Lauren, I just noticed there's a second Guilford Indian also down on the field just across the 45-yard line in Amity territory. And he is up on his feet. No, it's still the same player. He doesn't want to leave the field.
Well, it's good to see number 5, Casey Horton, back up and on his feet. Looks like he's going to be just fine. He's been an integral part of this Guilford offense this game, Leo.
3rd and 5 for the Amity Spartans. Schwanier splits out wide to the right. Ricks is in a slot to the left next to Nicholas Batone. Back to pass goes the quarterback. He's flush from the pocket. He's going to have to run, and he's got a first down. He breaks the tackle at the 50. He's inside the 40, down to the 30, inside the 20, down to about the 15. He's dragging some tacklers with him all the way to the 10. There is a flag down, goes all the way back to the 20. But there's another flag, a lot of pushing and shoving as people are getting up off the pile. And the ball ended up around the 10-yard line. There's 2 flags down on the field. It was a 33-yard run. And let's see what the calls are going to be from the referee, Ralph Zingarella. Ball right down on the 10-yard line. And I think that the initial call may be a face mask, Lauren, but the flag went all the way out to the 20, which indicates maybe a block in the back or something along those lines, or a personal foul with a block away from the play. And then there was definitely some chippy play at the end of that run by the Guilford Indians. I think may have shoved someone, but the officials kind of sorting things out.
And sorting it out, they're going to have to. Like you said, flag back at the 20 generally indicates a face mask.
Oh, they're going to both be against Guilford. So the face mask against Guilford and a personal foul, against Amity, and a personal foul against Guilford. So the officials getting control of this game. The penalty's offset, so it's going to be first and goal at the 10-yard line for the Amity Spartans.
Now, penalties aside, Leo, what a heck of a run by Seminella on that play. And he was wrapped up by number 30, Fred Trotta, in the backfield, and he stepped on him. Got a little leverage and broke that tackle.
And a nice job to get all the way to the 20. He got hit at about the 18-yard line and dragged the defenders on top of him all the way down to the 10.
Yeah, reminiscent of the tractor pull at the Guilford Fair.
A minute 57 remaining in the third quarter. Amity 30, Guilford 27. 57 points on the board between these two teams, and we are not done with the third quarter. So Seminella will be in the shotgun formation. Ricks is on the left side with Batone. Split wide to the right is Tyler Burns. Schwanier wanders back into the backfield to talk to the quarterback while we're still getting set up, waiting for the officials. And they all come back now, and we're getting ready to get back to the action. Burns is split out about 25 yards. We're getting the calls again from Ralph Zingarella. We've got a personal foul both ways and a face mask. We got that call before, and we're ready to go. So we got Burns split out about 20 yards to the right. Schwanier in a tight slot. Motion man goes from left to right. There's going to be some motion on both two players on the Amity side of the ball. It's going to be an illegal procedure call, and it's going to be 1st and 15 to the goal line for the Amity Spartans. It looked like they were going to run a jet run from left to right. Jet is a motion man coming from the slot along the line of scrimmage. The quarterback takes the snap, turns, and just hands him the football, and he tries to get to the outside. It was Corey Ricks who was looking to go there, but good defensive play by Guilford, but all for naught. Back under center goes Seminella. Motion man deep is Ricks. Up the middle goes Adelino. He's into the end zone for a touchdown. Adelino with a 15-yard run for the touchdown.
Again, nice job by the big man up front with Amity. Leo clearing some room for number 34, Captain David Adelino.
Adelino with the 15-yard run for the touchdown makes it 36-27 Amity. And Luth, who seems to be automatic, is coming in to kick the extra point. The snap is a good one. Schwanier gets it down. The kick is up and drilled right down the middle. So it's 37-27 now. Amity with a 10-point lead. Listening to the Amity band, getting into the high school football spirit here on a Friday night under the lights. Woodbridge, Connecticut is the site. PlayOnSports.com is what you're listening to. Lauren Falvo is beside me. I'm Leo Bowler. And kickoff from Amity will come from right to left once again. Amity wearing their black home jerseys and pants and a black helmet. Guilford all in white. Well, actually, I shouldn't say white because there's not too many white jerseys left out there with the mud on this field.
Yeah, the trainers are going to have their work cut out for them this weekend.
A minute 26 remaining in the third quarter. Amity ready to kick off. Luth looks left and right, gets the ready signal from the line. An end-over-end kick is going to come down into the hands of Pensa. Pensa on the left side changes direction from the 25, gets out to about the 28. Started down the left, another flag flying. And that flag landed at about the 46-yard line. I think we're going to get another personal foul. It's a personal foul. I believe it's going against Amity. Boy, a lot of 15-yard penalties, Lauren.
A lot of 15-yard penalties. This is the game of big plays and big penalties, Leo.
Yeah, you're right. The time of the penalties has been very difficult for both teams. You know, early in the game, Guilford, was able to convert on some long down situations. It is a personal foul against Amity. That's going to be added to the end of the run. It's going to be marched off from the 29-yard line where the ball came to rest. So it's going to be out to the 44 and 1st and 10 for Guilford with some good field position once again.
Yeah, I can't say for certain, but it looked like that was on number 23, Matthew Adelino, and a little, like you say, a little chippy.
Yeah.
After the tackle.
A minute 20 remaining in quarter number 3. 37-27. Amity on top of Guilford. And this, I like to see this, Lauren. The two captains standing at the middle of the field, shaking hands right now, talking by themselves. The officials brought them together, but they stood there. A couple of fine young men out there to do that kind of thing.
Nice to see. You're right. I don't think they had a choice, though.
1st and 10 at the 44. Guilford's football. And the handoff goes to the fullback, Zergabel. And Zergabel brought down immediately after a gain of about a yard. Taken down on the play by the linebacker, Connor Myatt. 6 foot, 215-pound inside linebacker makes the hit. And then Zergabel was actually able to fight forward for about a yard and a half.
He's a powerful runner, Leo. He's all game. Even the big plays he's broken, he's had to break tackle and.
Tyler Nelson wide to the near side. It's going to go to Zergabel again. He's grabbed at about the 46-yard line, but pulls his way forward across the midfield stripe. I think the ball is going to be placed right across the 50, about a ball length inside of Amity territory. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Guilford Indians. Clock continuing to run inside of 30 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. There will be one more play here in the 3rd. Amity up by 10, leading the game 37-27, and it is an I formation in the backfield. Ball is loose on the ground. Amity recovers. It's going to be a turnover. There's flags down on the play. Let me see. I believe Amity did recover that football. They're unpiling right now. Let's see the official. It is Amity's football. It was an illegal shift call against Guilford. That's going to be declined, and Amity will take over 1st and 10 at the, let's see where it's going to be set up. I think it's going to be at the 47-yard line, and the Nelson recovered the football for the Amity Spartans. Excuse me, Burns, Tyler Burns.
Tyler Burns, we've mentioned his name a few times this evening. The Guilford's got to take a step back and gather themselves between the foolish penalties and rush snap on that, whether it was the cadence was off, who knows, but they've got to take a step back and regather themselves at this point, Leo. The game's starting to get away from.
Corey Ricks goes in motion. The handoff is up the middle. Adelino breaks the tackle in the middle. He gets on across the 35 and down all the way to the 26-yard line. Good enough for an Amity 1st down. And Adelino having a night as well. The two fullbacks really being showcased there tonight in these two offenses. And Adelino gets down to the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 Amity.
In this second half, Adelino hasn't been running the ball. He's just been ripping off chunks of yardage. I mean, he's probably averaging 14 yards a carry at the second half.
And that's going to do it for the 3rd quarter here in Woodbridge, Connecticut at the Amity High School. It is Amity 37, Guilford 27. We're going to take a break for about 30 seconds, rest our vocal cords, and we will be right back. Right back here for the start of the 4th quarter action. Welcome back to PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school football. Lauren Falvo is alongside me. I'm Leo Bowler, and we have 12 minutes of football remaining. 37-27, Amity on top of Guilford, and this has been everything it's been billed for, Lauren.
Oh, without question, it's been an exciting game. It's been back and forth. It's been aggressive on both sides of the ball to the tune of at least 10 penalties. But it's everything's been billed to be.
So the motion man is Schwanier going from right to left. The handoff is up the middle to Adelino. He is dragged down as he got across the 25-yard line, falls down to the 24. Tackle on the play by J.P. Peters. Peters, a linebacker, captain of this Guilford team. He got probably 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd down and 7. Lauren and I are going to name a player of the game when this one is over. And, Lauren, there are players on both sides of the football that really are quite deserving of that honor.
Oh, there's a handful of deserving players, like I said, on both sides of the ball. But, you know, as efficient and as aggressive as both offenses have been, there's big numbers by multiple players. It's going to have to go to the winning team.
So Ricks goes in motion from left to right. The handoff goes up the middle to Adelino. He gets about 2 on the play, and he's brought down by a host of Guilford Indians. He's going to get about 1.5 yards, 2 yards maybe. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for the Amity Spartans. 10 minutes, 50 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Amity on top, 37-27 over the Indians. The Spartans break the huddle and come out in a double tight end formation. Wishbone behind quarterback James Seminella. Seminella changing the play at the line of scrimmage, shouting out audibles left and right. And we're going to get a delay of game penalty against the Amity Spartans. And this was a 3rd and 3, Lauren, that's going to push it now to a 3rd and 8, and a little more difficult for the Spartans now.
Yeah, it's interesting to wonder about what Seminella saw there at the line. You almost would have thought he would have called a timeout on that play if it was.
That's true, and it's a 10-point lead now for Amity, and maybe a timeout would have been very helpful there. But their package comes in for a passing situation. It's Tyler Burns in a slot on the right, and Corey Ricks goes wide on the left. Shotgun formation for Seminella, and he fakes the handoff underneath, and he is being chased out of the pocket. Goes to his right, throwing along the near side. It's caught, but no, he stepped out of bounds and then dropped the football. It was in and out of the hands of Nicholas Batone. Would have been well short of the first down, about back to the line of scrimmage, but being chased through the backfield. Seminella showed a little speed there.
Without question, number 34, David Knapp of Guilford was on him complete.
So it's 4th down and 8 for the Spartans. And coming onto the field is Lyle Luth, and they are going to attempt a 43-yard field goal attempt here with 10:27 remaining in the fourth. Timeout, Amity. That's their second timeout here, Lauren. And Guilford can score quickly, and you got to wonder whether taking the timeouts early here in the third and the fourth quarter, they only have one left, is going to come back to haunt Amity.
I'm with you completely. There hasn't been any real ball control this entire game. Every score we've seen tonight, Leo, has been a result of a big play.
Yes, you're right. It's been a big play or great field position to start drives too.
Exactly.
I know Guilford scored on a touchdown early in the game that started on after a blocked punt, and it was 1st and 10 at the Amity 15. So a change of mind by the Amity coaching staff. That timeout brings Luth back to the sidelines, and now we've got a double threat on the right side. It's Burns and Schwanier. Wide to the left is Batone. Back to pass goes the quarterback, Seminella. It's a screen play. It's to Adelino. He breaks a tackle after the catch. He's inside the 20. Breaks another tackle at the 20 and gets knocked down just inside the 5 at the 3. A great play by David Adelino, who is quickly working his way to the front of the pack for the player of the game. He should have been down back at the 26-yard line, but breaking tackles and getting inside the 5. 1st and goal for Amity.
Now, Leo, it's don't want to take anything away from Adelino on that play. It was a great effort for him to turn that into a phenomenal play. But, prior to the game, we're talking with Coach Tom Unger, and he talked specifically about tackling. Number 59, Tyler Malone, completely missed that tackle.
Yes, you're right, and that is exactly what the Coach Unger wanted as part of his game plan. It's back, fumble on the snap. I was just about to tell you it was a wishbone formation, but Seminella came out from under center without the football, dropped down on top of it and recovered it. So it's going to be 2nd and goal from the 5, loss of about a yard on the play. And the Amity Spartans are going to take their final timeout. No, they didn't take the timeout. That was Coach making another signal. The official, Sangarello, looking over saying, "Are you taking a timeout?"
Why not?
Wishbone formation behind Seminella. Going to hand the ball off, and a great defensive play coming up the middle. Guilford's Colin Schilling broke through the A-gap, made the tackle in the backfield, and no gain on the play by David Bono. The loss of about 3, 3rd and 8.
They lost 2 yards back to the 7.
3rd and goal.
They made a timeout, but nobody called timeout. Well, that was the fastest timeout ever. All right, so now
So it's going to be in a wishbone formation again behind Seminella.
Seminella
He's going to fake the handoff. He's going to roll to his left and throw into the deep corner of the end zone. That is going to be short of the receiver. It was intended for Amity's Anthony DiMatteo. Falls incomplete. Coverage on the play by none other than Joe Nault. So it's 4th and goal out at the 7-yard line, and a field goal attempt is about to be taken by Amity's Lyle Luth. He's setting up at about the 14, so it's a 24-yard field goal attempt at 8:36 remaining in the 4th. Luth has one from the same spot. No, the 34-yarder is the first one, I believe. And his field goal is good from 24. So the score is now Amity 40, Guilford 27. So with 8:31 remaining in the 4th quarter, the 24-yard field goal by Lyle Luth.
Guilford needs to be happy to walk away from that with just a field goal, Leo. They had the ball. They had the ball turned over on that 4th down play, but unfortunately the missed tackle.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lauren. They should have had that ball at about the 26-yard line, but ended up with a 1st down for Amity, 1st and goal, and it was a good defensive stand to keep them out of the end zone.
But like we were talking about, before, Leo, it's a game of quick scores, and Guilford can definitely do that.
So Anthony Pensa and Casey Horton are going to go deep for the Guilford Indians to get ready for the kick from Lyle Luth. A couple of times tonight, Fred Trott on the second line has gotten the return, but this one will go deep to Pensa. He gets it at the 14. He's up across the 20, across the 25. He gets hit real hard. Very nice tackle there by Amity's David Bono. Big hit, laid the shoulder right into Pensa and drove him out of bounds at about the 29. So it'll be 1st and 10, Guilford at the, we'll say the 30. The ball resting closer to the 30 than it is the 29. So trailing by 13 right now, the Guilford Indians have 8:26 remaining in the 4th. Under center goes quarterback Joe Nault. He's going to fake the handoff up the middle, and it's a quick option to Horton on the right side. The pitch goes to Horton. He gets out across the 35, brought down to the 39. It's going to be about a yard short of 1st down yardage, but a nice play by the Guilford Indians and a good read by Joe Nault on the option.
Great read, great sell by Nault, too. First time we said that this second half, Leo.
Yeah, you know, you're right. So we got an equipment timeout on the field, I believe. We've got looks like somebody working on a shoe there, but, you know, the coaching staff coming out, and they're attending to Casey Horton. Maybe he's holding on to that left ankle. And he is leaving the field under his own power, so Horton will go to the sidelines and be replaced in the backfield.
Well, don't forget, Casey Horton was down in the 3rd quarter too, Leo. We had a little break. Looked like he had rolled over on that ankle, and he may have torqued it again there.
8:06 remaining in the 4th. Guilford trailing by 13, 40-27 to the Amity Spartans. Double wing formation again. And it's going to be an option this time to the left side. Ball gets loose. It's off the shoulder pads of the running back, David Knapp, and Amity's going to recover at the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Amity, and the turnovers are building up for the Guilford Indians. And it's 1st and 10, Amity in great field position once again.
That's unfortunate, Leo. We were watching that play unfold, and Knapp just took his eyes off the football, hit him right in the right shoulder, and on the ground it went.
So the Indians now again looking to stop the Spartans and keep this a 2-score game with only 7:48 remaining. It's going to be Tyler Burns split wide to the right. To the left goes Batone. The lone setback once again is David Adelino, and it's going to go to Adelino up the middle. He gets hit and tears out of the tackle, changes direction, and goes back upfield for about 8 yards. And another tremendous run by the running back, David Adelino. 2nd down and 2 for the Amity Spartans.
Come by, get some.
Wholesale changes now on the Amity side. Corey Ricks comes out of the game, as does Nicholas Patone. And into the game, looks like a couple of blockers coming in for the second down and short, and they will go into the wishbone formation and a double tight end set.
Second and 2.
Snap for Seminella, and he's going to hand off to the third back running off the left side. That's going to go into the hands of David Bono. Bono gets enough yardage for the first down. He's still on his feet. He is just pulling the entire pile down inside the 25 to the 23. First down, Amity, and David Bono looking like Larry Zonka on that play. And I know I'm dating myself. I'll say Peyton Hillis on that play.
Larry Zonka. Peyton Hillis is a good generational.
I almost went to Allstott, but I think he might be a little too old too.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
First and 10 at the 24 for the Amity Spartans, and back come the receivers for the Spartans. Batone will go wide to the left. Burns wide to the right. Adelino the lone setback. Ricks is on the right. Schwanier on the left in the wingback spots. Under the center goes Seminella. Ricks in motion. He's going to get the speed sweep around the left side. Gets the handoff. Breaks a tackle at the 22. Spins out of another tackle at the 10. He's down inside the 5. He stepped out of bounds. No, touchdown. Amity, a great run by Corey Ricks. Broke 2 tackles, and into the end zone he goes.
Not only did he break 2 tackles, Leo, we did a full 360 pirouette, caught himself with his hand, kept his knees off the ground, and brought it into the end zone.
A 24-yard run by Corey Ricks. It makes it 46-27. The extra point, it's a good snap, and Luth splits the upright once again. 47-27, Amity on top of Guilford. So the Amity band once again entertaining us after another touchdown by the Spartans. 47 points on the board this week against Guilford. 28 last week against the tough Shelton Gales. And Guilford put up 56 last week, and again 27. So these two teams, no strangers to the end zone.
Yeah, they've showed us tonight. Both teams can put the ball in the end zone. They can both score. It's just been all Amity this second half.
Lauren, any feelings about who is starting to rise to the top as far as player of the game?
Yeah, I got to tell you, I'm probably leaning towards senior quarterback James Seminella. There's a handful of these offensive players on the Amity side, but Seminella, the captaining this offense today, he's been doing a phenomenal job.
I would agree. He's done a great job, as has David Adelino. Has done a good job as well, and you even have to take some nods to the Guilford players as well. This one is off the hands of Casey Horton at the 10, goes all the way back to the 5-yard line, picks the ball up, runs out to about the 12. So, again, taking his eye off the ball as the kick was coming, and Horton went off his hands back to about the 3, I would say. Runs the ball out to about the 12, we'll say, is where he ended up. It's going to be 1st and 10, Guilford at the 12. Now, Guilford is 1-2. They lost to North Haven on opening day at 28-0. They lost to West Haven 40-28. West Haven, a very powerful team in the SEC, and then beat Lyman Hall 56-7 last week. Next week they have the Hill House Academics. So the handoff will go to the fullback once again. A very solid run by Eric Zergabel. Zergabel gets 11 yards on the play. It's a first down for Guilford. He gets them right out of their backs against the wall. They're out to the 24.
You know, last week, Leo, David Adelino was the most productive back in Southern Connecticut Division I, 20 carries, 122 yards for the Spartans, and I'm going to have to say that he might be again today.
What a tremendous play. An option coming to the left side. The pitch gets knocked out of the air by Amity's Nicholas Walker. He catches it in the air and scampers in for the touchdown. Walker with a 24-yard touchdown on a fumble recovery, scoop and score. Not a good accurate description because he actually knocked it out of the air, caught it, and ran into the end zone.
Heads up play by number
Wow.
85, senior Nicholas Walker.
Only 30 seconds elapsed since the last touchdown was also a 24-yard play. This one a 24-yard fumble recovery for the touchdown by Nicholas Walker. The extra point is up and good. 54-27. This is a tale of two halves, Lauren.
Looks like that was number 10, Joseph Chiornian, in on the extra point there. I'm wondering if junior kicker Lyle Luth isn't starting to get the old club toe from all these extra points he's been kicking.
So it's 54-27. And the halftime score was 20-16 Guilford. Well, we've got an injured player down on the field. And just off the playing surface, one of the Amity players is down. We'll wait just a second here and see what happens. And it's a leg injury. It is looks like Riley Scott, I believe, for the Amity Spartans. Not putting any weight on that left leg at all. Well, the Guilford Indians led this game 20-16 at the half. There's 5:52 remaining in the fourth quarter, and the Amity Spartans have exploded with 38 second half points.
Leo, that looks like senior captain Dennis Flanagan, number 72, down in the field.
Oh, I think you're right. Wow, that's the kickoff goes to K.C. Horton at the 15. He's across the 30. He's out across the 35. He's got a lane. He's out across the 50. Down inside the 40. He's caught from behind on a nice tackle by Amity's Lyle Luth. The kicker got him from behind, knocked him out at the 37-yard line, but a great return by K.C. Horton. And Lauren, you are right. That is their captain, Dennis Flanagan. And that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed and hope Dennis Flanagan is okay and able to return next week.
The big lineman's been extremely active this game. We could have called his name on virtually every defensive play this evening, Leo. He's been phenomenal.
So the Guilford Indians with the football. They send J.P. Peters wide to the left. Horton is in the slot. It's going to be reversed to Horton, and the pitch almost gets intercepted once again. This time it was Walker again with his hands on it, knocks it to the ground. The ball was loose. They're unpiling. Let's see who's got the football. Pushing again. This one's going to go against K.C. Horton. He was shoving some players up there trying to get at the football. And I would not be surprised to see something a little more severe than a personal foul here, Lauren.
Well, that's a new record. There were 3 simultaneous flags thrown on that play.
So the personal foul call is indicated against Guilford. 5:37 remaining in the game. And there was a lot of pushing and shoving, trying to get to the bottom of the pile to see who had the football. I believe Guilford will retain possession, but this 15-yard penalty will push them back and make it second down and just a country mile. All the way back to the 44-yard line of the Indians. So it's going to be second down, and let's see. They got to get to the 28-yard line, Lauren. So it's just at 22, it's about 28 yards.
It's been a long game. Guilford doesn't have the deepest bench. Most of these guys have been on the field the entire game, Leo. They're tired. They're scrappy and frustrated.
The handoff goes to Zergabel off the right side. He gets hit at about the 45-yard line, but fights his way forward to the 49. It's going to be third down and about 22 for the Indians. Zergabel with a lot of heart out there. He's had some great runs tonight. Got hit hard as he got to the line of scrimmage, but just continued churning the legs and moving forward. He has definitely been a bright spot for the Guilford Indians.
Without question, and we probably have to say he was player of the game going into halftime.
I would agree. So fake scissor play and a pass. It's going to be picked off by Tyler Burns, his second pick of the game, and he goes out of bounds at the Guilford 44. And they fake the scissors in the backfield, and the quarterback, Joe Nault, dropped back and under some heavy pressure, tried to throw the ball to what amounted to an open receiver, but he could not get his feet set underneath them with the pressure, and the ball comes up short and gets picked off by Tyler Burns.
Now, you're exactly right. He let that ball go right off his back foot, Leo. He had nothing behind it, and Tyler Burns just came up and snatched it right out of the air.
54-27 the score with 4:47 remaining here in the fourth quarter. And the Amity Spartans, looking to get a play from the sidelines, are going to have to burn their final timeout to get the play. So that'll do it for the timeouts for Amity. And I think this timeout really affects and helps Guilford more than it does Amity. I know they needed to get the play in, but I'm sure Guilford needs to take a collective deep breath.
I would have to agree with you. At this point, you know, Guilford needs to finish strong, finish with some class, and they played a good game today, Leo.
Yes, they did. It looks like they're gonna drop to 1-3, and Amity will improve to 2-2. But a lot of time still left here for some more action to take place. That's for sure. But the Amity Spartans winning the turnover battle here and getting the ball at the 42-yard line. Wishbone formation for the Amity Spartans. Double tight end's going to go to Adelino up the middle. Adelino fights his way across the 45 all the way out to the 48-yard line. Gain of about 5 on the play, and Adelino just dragging tacklers with him. The Guilford Indians, led by Ford Linnell there, trying to pull him down, and Linnell couldn't do it. He got some help from Colton Schilling as well. Second down and 3 for the Amity Spartans. So Amity breaks the huddle, and they will go back into a little bit of a wider formation. They got Batone wide on the right. It's going to be a tight end on the far left and a wishbone formation in the backfield. The handoff will go into the backfield to Bono, and Bono gets back to about the line of scrimmage, maybe got a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 2 for the Amity Spartans. 3:45 remaining here in the fourth quarter. 54-27, Amity on top of Guilford. The Guilford Indians led at the half 20-16, but Amity came out and just really turned up the heat here and scored 38 points in the second half. Double tight end set again for Amity. Seminella under center with the wishbone behind him. Long count, gets the snap. He's going to roll to his right. He's got a wide open receiver down the field, and he's got Anthony DiMatteo. DiMatteo catches the ball inside the 20. He's going to go all the way for the touchdown. It's going to be a 52-yard touchdown pass for the Amity Spartans from quarterback James Seminella to Anthony DiMatteo, the senior tight end, and it is 60-27 Amity.
Nice play, nice execution by Seminella and DiMatteo. Curious call by Coach Bert Mazelis at that point. You know, Guilford down by 27, 3 minutes left on the clock. You would have thought that they would have kept the ball on the ground and run the timeout a little bit, but.
Now getting ready for next week, I would say that's a tough road ahead of Amity. They got to go to West Haven next week, so maybe getting those plays ready for next week. So the pass goes from Seminella to DiMatteo. It's a 54-yard touchdown. And the extra point is good by Luth. And it is now 61-27 Amity. And I'll tell you, Lauren, I don't know if we're going to have a post-game long enough to recap the scoring here. There's 88 points up on the board right now for these two teams.
Yeah, and based on what I can see from my vantage point, Leo, your handwriting's not the best, and there's a whole bunch of it on that piece of paper.
I think we'll recap maybe the second half.
Oh, Bert Mazelis came over? Okay, so this could have been something they called? Ooh. I would hate to think he would call the pass.
So Amity will kick off from left to right. 3:07 remaining in the game. And the kickoff is a bouncer to about the 28-yard line. It's taken by Trotta. He's going to get out to the 38. First and 10, Guilford there with 3:03 remaining. And Guilford making some wholesale changes on the field, but back to the starting O.
Now, Leo, I was doing a little bit of research this afternoon, and just curious, you happen to know that actor William Atherton is a notable Amity alumni, the narcissistic journalist from Die Hard 1 and 2.
Handoff goes up the middle. It's going to be Zergabel again. He breaks the tackle at the 50. He's out across the 40, down to the 39-yard line of Amity, and Zergabel continues to perform extremely well here tonight. A big run there for Zergabel. Now, the Guilford Indians with a no-huddle offense break right out, and they are going to try to get these plays off very quickly. It's the option to the left. Losing his footing is Nault. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, they're slowing down. Not giving us much time to elaborate on William Atherton in the Die Hard trilogy.
That's right. He what did he play in that movie? Do you recall?
He was the reporter, the narcissistic reporter.
That's right.
1 and 2.
And he's an Amity graduate.
Yes.
Wow.
Little food for thought.
So again, the double wing formation for Amity. In motion goes Horton. It's going to be a fake handoff up the middle. Back to pass goes Naud. He's flushed out of the pocket. He can't get the pass away. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gained a yard, so it won't be a sack, but it was the pressure that forced Naud to run with the football. There was no way for him to throw it. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 9 for Guilford. How about Guilford? How about do we have any alumni from Guilford?
I think we do. Adam Greenberg, who, as you know, was Guilford grad, was hitting the head on his first major league pitch in 2005 when he came up with the Cubs. The Marlins signed him to a 1-day contract this week, and unfortunately got up against the Mets in the 6th inning in their series down in Miami, and old Dickie the knuckleballer.
So a scissors play up the middle, and the handoff goes to Horton. Horton across the 30-yard line, down inside the 20. He's brought down at the 19-yard line. Great play there by the Guilford Indians. And the Indians with a no-huddle offense trying to force their way to the line of scrimmage. The handoff goes to Zergabel off the right side. He scampers into the end zone on a 19-yard touchdown run. Guilford continues the scoring barrage here for this game. That's over 90 points at this point. It's 61-33, and I'm on my 3rd page of notes just for scoring, Lauren.
And there's been a lot of it. Impressive run by Zergabel, strong run up the middle, just showing a lot of heart at the end of this game.
Zergabel with his 3rd touchdown of the night on the 19-yard run. The extra point is up and good by Joe Naud. So Guilford is at 35 right now. It's 61-35.
Well, there's the band again, and the cymbal player just doing it to spite you at this point, Larry.
He keeps turning around and grinning at me.
He did, the old stink eye.
61-35 the score with 1:27 remaining in the 4th quarter. Amity had 16 points at the end of the half, and have put up 45 second half points. Well, I got to say thank you to the Amity Band. That was an awesome rendition of that Den-a-net song.
Is that the Rippingtons Kilimanjaro album?
Is that what that is? I never knew. I always called it the Den-a-net song.
That's probably closer to the truth than what I did.
Onside kick by Guilford. The ball is loose, and I think Guilford got it. It's still loose. It's bouncing around at about the 49-yard line. Let's see which way the officials point it. I believe it's going to be Guilford football. Let's see what happens. They did. First and 10, Guilford at the 48-yard line, and there is no quit in Guilford, that's for sure. They trail 61-35.
You know, unfortunately, these breaks are coming at this point in the game, Leo. Guilford has played a phenomenal game. Very aggressive offense, and quite frankly, the first quarter was pretty one-sided in Guilford's favor.
You know, did Guilford kick that last extra point? I had someone stand up in front of me. I think it should be 61-34. Nort is flushed out of the pocket as he drops back to pass. He's got to run the football, and he scampers down the right side, loses his footing as he crosses the 35-yard line, and it's going to be first and 10. Guilford at the Amity, let's see where they end up putting it down. I think it's going to be the 34-yard line, and Guilford gets the first down. Clock, I believe, will start on the ready whistle, and it does. There's 1:08 remaining in the game. Nort under center and Zergabel behind him. It's Horton on the left side, and on the right is Knapp, and it's going to be the option to the near side, and it's going to be Zergabel who gets the ball, and Zergabel goes for about 5, gets down to the 30. It's going to be 2nd and 5, and Guilford takes a timeout. 52 seconds remaining here. Guilford's going to chat about what's remaining here in this game. The timeout, Lauren, may be an answer to the 54-yard touchdown pass, possibly. 61-35 the score. And so that you all know, we've had a lot of help here behind the scenes. We've got Rihanna Bahuniak taking care of the producing, and we did have John Marcucci here as well helping out. Lauren Falvo's alongside me. I'm Leo Bowler, and this has been quite a game. 20-16 was the score at the half, and now a big lead for Amity. It's going to be Horton on the toss to the right side. He gets down inside the 20, cuts back across the grain. He's inside the 15. He's going to score. Horton on the 34-yard touchdown run puts Guilford to 30, I believe it's 40. Did they kick the extra point, Lauren, or?
They did kick the extra point, Leo.
They did. So it's actually only 40 right now. So it's 61.
With 42 seconds to go. And they go for 2.
So Guilford is going to go for 2 again. So they did get 2, and Zergabel goes in for the extra point. So it was a 2-point conversion last time. So now that the symbols are not in front of me any longer, I can actually see what's going on out there. So it's 61-43. So we've got this has been over 100 points scored in this game, 104 total points.
It's, at face value, it looks like a very one-sided game, but it's been a one-sided second half. It's been a phenomenal game. A lot of action, a lot of scoring. Guilford's played phenomenal. Amity just played better in the second half is what it came down to.
I agree, and it's been, and as you said it from the very beginning, Lauren, it was who was going to execute the option better, and it was just the 2 fullbacks who really shined tonight for both teams, and then quarterback James Seminella also with a big game tonight. So 42 ticks of the clock remaining. Guilford getting ready to kick off again. Wouldn't surprise me to see an onside kick, but we'll see what happens. So Guilford in their huddle for their kick, and they will kick the onside kick. It does not look like it's going to go 10 yards. It does not. It goes to the 48-yard line of the Indians. There's a fight again on the field to get the football, and coming away with it is Amity Spartans' David Bono. Bono had a big game tonight himself, and a lot of names you can put on that list.
A lot of names, almost too many to keep track of. And yeah, it was nice to see the refs holstering their flags on that play. 42 seconds left. They could have easily called a unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, I would agree. So it's going to be 1st and 10 Amity at the 48. I would look to see a knee here, and Guilford does still have a timeout left, possibly 2. And the Spartans come out in what we refer to as victory formation. And taking a knee is quarterback James Seminilla. Clock will run now inside of 30, and we'll see when we get the ready whistle from the official Ralph Zingarella, and we're inside of 25, so I have a feeling we're not going to have to see another snap tonight. And there's the ready whistle, and Amity will not have to leave the huddle, and they will come away with a 61-43 victory over the Guilford Indians. So we're going to step aside for just a short break. We're going to discuss the player of the game, and we'll come back with tonight's wrap-up. You are on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school football. We'll be right back. We're back here in Woodbridge, Connecticut. Leo Bowler alongside Lauren Falvo. And this was one heck of a game. It's this is hard to describe. It was 20-16 at the half, and the final score was 61-43, I believe. There was just so much scoring going on in the game. It was amazing. So Lauren and I discussed it while we were off the air about who was going to be the player of the game, and there are 2 players that bear mentioning. One will have to come away with the title of player of the game. I'm going to mention the first one. I'll let you say who the player of the game is. I want to talk about David Annalino. Had a fantastic game. He was the anchor of the Amity offense. with runs that just kept tearing off the runs when they needed it, getting the first down. Before I even give you the chance to say who the player of the game was on the Amity side of the football, I have to make a comment that Eric Zergabel just had a tremendous football game from the fullback position of the Guilford Indians. So, Lauren, with no further ado, the player of the game is...
Without further ado, Leo, the player of the game is going to be senior quarterback James Seminella, number 7. Captain, what are the captains should say of the Amity team here? Just a phenomenal game, great leadership, great poise out on the field today.
2 touchdown passes, one of 63 yards, one of 54 yards. He had a touchdown on the ground as well. So that is going to wrap it up here from the Amity High School, where the Amity Spartans defeated the Guilford Indians 61 to 43. And I would like to thank you for joining us on PlayOnSports.com's coverage of Friday Night Football from Woodbridge, Connecticut. Be sure to check PlayOnSports.com for information and links to all of our upcoming broadcasts. For our producer, Rihanna Bihunik, and our videographer, who couldn't be with us tonight, was John Marcucci. My partner is Lauren Falvo. I'm Leo Bowler saying so long, and we hope you'll join us next Friday night on your destination for high school sports and Friday Night Football. PlayOnSports.com. Good night, everybody.
Good night.